The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. The realest podcast ever. You can never, man, you ain't as clever. Ain't as real. This right here, that grade, they love the chat and man, how real is that? Only family matters like Talil. I'ma hit you back. Getting sponsors now, let's pay some bills. Other niggas do it good, but they lacking skill. This right here gon' put us over the hill like we Jack and Jill. Who gon' keep it real while them other niggas acting real? Who gon' tell you about your credit score? Homie, let that bill. Who gon' tell you when you slack, especially when your man's say, I tell you who I listen to on every day. Chatting man, arm your shoulders, dog, it's time to chat. This ain't this or that, you ain't focused, get that back. TRPE, what is that? The realest podcast. Y'all used to hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all used to hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
What up, what up? That was the new intro.
Hard.
Shout out to my bro Mike Cool. Make sure y'all follow him on IG, MYKE_KEWL. That's my bro Mike Cool. That's the new official final TRPE intro.
It's hot. Okay. It's too long. We got to bring it down.
Chop it up.
I forgot where I was at for a second. Definitely a little too long, but
we can chop it up.
Yeah, the beat pounds.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Mike Cool. Realest podcast ever, episode 122. I'm your host, C. Diddy.
I'm Matt.
Big Dan's here. Teller's here. We got a special guest in the building.
Hello, everybody. I'm Miss September.
Give it up for the ladies. He didn't give it up.
Or lady.
Lady. We went from never being able to get any
yeah, I know, we're on fire.
women guests to now.
Oh, really?
2 and 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up?
Good job, T.
Let's give it up for let's give it up for no more misogyny on the realest podcast ever.
Danny Green over here with the soundboard.
How's everybody doing?
You know what I'm going.
It's Monday.
You know what I'm dealing with over here.
Got problems.
Yeah. Outside everything though, I mean, I'm alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Let's let Tiff properly introduce herself. For those of you that don't know, this is Tiff, aka Miss September, Philly John podcast.
Correct.
Me and Tiff are very good friends. I've known Tiff for a long time. We was in that internet radio hustle / scam back in the early 2010s when every retired dope boy or trust fund baby wanted to have an internet radio station. Yeah, we were in that grind together.
Yes, we was.
That didn't work out, but
well, we're still here to tell our story.
we survived.
Just riding a wave.
Had to interview every scumbag rapper in Philly history back in that shit. That was the hustle. That's how you got your following back then.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, where's Joey J?
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Where's Vodka at? I need to interview Vodka. That was that whole hustle, man. Shout out to the grind. That was that.
I remember Eddie Morris came to my house. I don't know why I remember that.
Anything involving Eddie Morris is automatically funny.
Well, they were shooting a DVD, like a rap. Do you remember that was like the wave? Niggas from my way was shooting a rap DVD, and nobody had like a place to like have rappers go. You know what I'm saying? And one of the rooms in my house. Seriously, I used to keep all my sneakers. My middle room had like posters. Like me and Jules Shouter, we used to like collect posters. So like I had all kinds of posters, like the movie Jones to be at the box office, like when movies come out, people sell them on eBay. So I had like a wall-size Scarface John. I had the the Jordan joint with Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles doing that big joint. Ross still got that joint because I gave it to him.
Yeah.
Like, I just had mad posts, so it was like a decent backdrop. So motherfucker was like, we filming at your crib. And I'm like, all right. So
thank you.
He was like, yo, your backdrop, that's crazy. That's a crazy back. Because I had like all the Word Up Jones from back. Remember Word Up magazine? I had all them on the wall. Like, I just had mad posters on the joint. So all the King magazine covers, all them shits. Yeah. So I remember they was like, we got Eddie Morris coming tomorrow. And I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Don't get carried away
He's
now.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Scraping the pot.
Eddie Mo pulled up. And
Shout out to Eddie Morris, wherever he is today.
And niggas was running down the street.
Just so you know.
I came outside. I was like, "What's going on?"
You had no idea they was coming to your crib.
They was like, "Yo, Eddie Mo in the crib." I'm like, "Yo, y'all got to come." like, yo, tripping. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was
that was one of my hustles when I was in high school. My man somehow got to connect with the people that drop off like the posters for the rap album releases. That was one of our jobs and shit. We used to have to go around and put up posters and take pictures with a little disposable camera and turn it in.
I remember it was this white. Well, you made me think about it. It was a white dude. I can't remember his fucking name, but you know how it's always, no matter what in hip hop, there's always some white people around. Yeah. And he was like, yo, I got some rappers, man. They hot, they fire. They want to get on the rap DVD. So my homie who was doing it was like, well, who are they? You know what I'm saying? I never heard these people. And so he was like, no, I'm going to bring them through. And he brought them through the crib, and they started rapping, and like they were dissing Cicero. It was so weird. But I remember they was distance, and I remember sitting there listening to the raps like, what the fuck is up with you? Because I've never heard of it. It's the equivalent of me start rapping tomorrow, and I'm coming at Pusha T or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my man Ross was, because you remember the hoodies that motherfuckers used to wear from West Coast Chopper, and the other boy that used to build the bikes. What was his name? Jesse James. Well, I can't remember his group name. But remember they had the cross.
I think it might have been Ocean City.
No, Ocean City was Paulie and them. Okay. I can't remember the name of somebody will hear it. But Jesse James has a real big biking company brand. Yeah. But their logo is like a big cross with the name of the bike shit in it. Okay. But the white boy had on one of them hoodies, and it had the big cross on the back.
Oh, like the Affliction hoodie.
And I'll never forget.
West Coast Choppers.
There you go, West Coast Choppers. And I'll never forget when Ross, we was listening to the rappers, and Ross was like, man, why the fuck is these niggas here rapping? Or somebody was like, oh, the white boy name was Scotty. He was like, oh, Scotty brought him here. He's like, man, y'all let a white dude in a Klan hoodie tell y'all he had rap. But the hoodie definitely looked like a Klan hoodie at the moment.
Yeah, fucking Fusion on South Street had all the Affliction.
Affliction.
It was the antique jeans and the Rockin' Republics.
They used to have like
that was
the
nasty era.
Have the buttons from like the old couches. Yeah, how them Jones was all the way down the jeans.
Yo, I had mad flannel button downs with pockets, cowboy pockets on the chest. It was a terrible era.
It was.
Rick got all 80s Baby Rick got all my throwback pics. Every time he put a pic up, I'd be like, yo, take that fucking picture down, dog.
Yo,
like,
listen.
You trying to play me and I don't like it. All them pictures from like 2002, 2003 are terrible.
Y'all probably don't know about Tories because you were small.
I went Tories one time.
And you're a woman.
Listen, my man, I got a Tories.
I know about it.
Dan, y'all know you know about Tories.
Listen, my man B, keep in mind, he's smaller than me. He's like, in high school, he's like 5'6", 108 pounds. Yeah. He like, no, Tories be having like some regular size shit come through too. We go in Tories as two 17-year-old dickheads.
Yo.
I'm 5'9", 121 pounds. He's 5'6", 108 pounds. Like, yeah. They like, can we help you fellas? I'm like, yeah, y'all got some new Sean John stuff. They like, yeah, but not in y'all size. Yeah. I'm like, no, somebody told me y'all be having like the regular sizes. Yeah, they told you wrong. Have a nice day.
Tories had all the shit. It just started at 2X. Right. And like that's where it started. But I used to go to Tories and buy every piece of state property clothing. Jeans, hoodies, jackets, all that shit. So me and Pax, was it Pax? It might have been Steve. One of them. We was in fucking Tories. They had new state property shit. And one of the things they had was a yellow fatigue set. And I was so state property'd out that I was in go mode. So it was no stopping me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I want that John. And it was definitely Steve, because Steve was like, I don't know how this was gonna work. I'm like, man,
you had the big camo state property.
Yo, I was like, man, that shit cool. You tripping? And I got it, and it just so happened like it was funny the way this shit worked out. I had it. It was sitting up in my fucking closet. I wasn't even thinking about it. This particular time I went to go get my beard cut. My beard was already low. Something in me was like, cut it down to a chin strap. I still don't know why I did that, but
the New York niggas gonna love this.
I cut it to and I mean like a straight, like the line,
my man's called the mint.
Yo.
Definitely a mint.
Straight down and straight down.
I hate them.
Yo. So I got the mint, I got that joint. And for some odd ass reason, I put on that yellow state property set that night, and we went to the bar around the way, Rosie's. I'll never forget. I walked in, and Dev J was like, "Damn, you moved to Jersey." I was like, yo, I definitely do look like I'm affiliated with Joe Button. Like I'm tripping.
Okay, Orange, New Jersey's finest.
I caught a glimpse of myself in that dirty ass mirror over top of the bar. I was like, yeah, I do look nuts. I never wore that. I burned that shit like Frank Lucas. I never put that fucking set on again. That joint was bright yellow fatigue, man. We had some nasty fashion.
I had all the state property shit. I had this. I had this big ass Sean John, like a zip up cardigan. This shit had to be a 4X. Big ass pockets, shit. Some shiny Rocawear jeans. That late 90s, early 2000s fashion is awful.
When people do that Throwback Thursday shit on Facebook, people I went to high school with, they post a picture, and I seen one joint I had on a red and white Mecca shirt. Mecca. I don't even remember Mecca.
I never even got into Mecca.
I don't even know how. I don't remember ever going to get Mecca.
I was a Nietzsche boy though. I had all the Nietzsche velour.
Nietzsche didn't have Big and Tall. Yeah.
No, they did. South Street.
Oh, I missed that. Well, I didn't have.
Yeah, I used to go.
I had like two Nietzsche shirts. I had a bunch of academic shit.
I had all
academics
the
since 90X. Whatever the fuck you want.
I had all of that. I had all of that shit because I used to work at Total Sport in the gallery. So right next door was
the City Blue.
City Blue in the corner, okay. Dr. Denim before you got to it. And I used to sell weed to all of the managers and shit. So I used to trade weed for clothes.
Good times, man. We had some nasty. You don't make me think about it. It's a dude on Instagram, and I don't like a lot of them Instagram comedians. To me, a lot of them just aren't funny.
Not funny at all.
The boy who be like, I ain't forget about them Jibbo Pantsers. You ever see that boy? You never see?
No. What's his name? You don't know his name?
NFC something. He be like talking over a real sad beat and talking about shit from back in the day. You never seen him? Dog.
No.
He'll go find some old shit from back in the day, some old fashioned shit. Yeah. And he'd be like, he had a joint where he was talking about Jabot jeans and Evizel jeans. Yeah. And he's like, I ain't forget about them Jabot Pantsers. Y'all used to wear tactical fasteners on the front of your jeans. Then y'all switched it up for them Evizels, and you was walking bow-legged to show off the whole McDonald's sign on the back. Dog, this boy funny as shit.
The whole McDonald's.
He had another joke. He's like, I ain't forget about the name belt shorty. He's like, you used to put your whole name on the belt. And he was like, you walked up to that kiosk man and was like, how you doing? He's like, can I get my name on the belt and I'm gonna wear my shirt behind mine? Then in the new millennium, he digitized it and you had Lil Wayne lyrics. Dog, this nigga is hilarious. He the only nigga I find funny and shit. I be dying off these fucking videos, man. And he be talking over like a real sad beat, and the pictures and videos be playing in it. It's like a TikTok. It's the funniest shit on earth.
I think that might be the bull from New York. It was because it was this one guy. He was like, he's like, listen, runts, gelato, all this fucking weed, all that shit is cool. I get it. He's like, nothing can beat a $10 bag of sour from 1997. He was like, nigga, this shit before school got 9 niggas high, nigga. $10.
His name is NF Bro Lee Love.
I have never seen
it
at all.
MFG pants. Y'all used to wear Jabot pants with various colors of tactical fasteners on the pants. Then y'all start wearing the Beezels. Used to make y'all little ball leg because you had the McDonald's sign on the back. I remember that boy, y'all used to wear them on some.
And all his videos is like that. Where he talking over it.
Does he have on a mask? Like,
Yo, he's funny as shit. And all his joints is like that about like old shit that
That's
used
hilarious.
to go on in fashion. Hilarious.
he kind of old though. He not even.
No,
Like
he like a young boy.
Oh, he look
He
old.
just look 39.
Yeah,
he
life,
do.
you know, stress to take a young nigga.
Give him a whole face.
Yeah.
You used to collect beauty supply shoes. You used to collect all the colors so you can wear with your fit. You went to the beauty supply store and went over there by the shoes to
Chinese
get all the
slippers.
shoes. Because you wanted to wear them outside. You bought all. Basically,
You bought.
Every video, it's only
I'm
like 10
guilty of that. I
seconds.
had all the Chinese slippers.
Are you
I ain't even
serious?
gonna hold you. Yeah, I had every
You
color.
was playing
Shout out to North. Shout out North Philly.
Yeah, no Philly. Yeah, I had all the Chinese slippers.
That's funny.
Yeah, that boy is fucking hilarious though, man. I don't know how we got into that trip down memory lane.
So before we get into the nonsense, real quick announcement. I just want to let everybody out there in the TRPE Nation know we are officially a part of the Be Woke Vote campaign.
Okay.
This is a
we're
national.
gonna do something decent.
Yeah, we're going to do something for the community.
Yeah.
We're giving
Yeah.
back. This is a drive-through voter registration event that's coming Saturday, October 17th. Big Dan, you got to be there. 1575 North 52nd Street at the plaza where the
57.
where they did all the
they
loot.
did all the
Where they tore
loot.
the park.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but that's why it's a
Where the
drive-through.
ShopRite
Yeah,
and
don't
all
hang
that
out.
is.
Don't hang out. Come through,
Yeah.
vote, get your voter registration, get the fuck out of here.
So when is the last day to register?
I think it's probably like Monday. That's why they having it on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah,
I still haven't got my ballot, and you
you did
voted?
your early-
I haven't
early
got my
vote?
ballot yet.
I'm telling y'all right now, when this shit ends up in Supreme Court, don't say I didn't tell you so. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show.
It's gonna be a
We're
mess.
going to at least have 9 more months of Trump.
I watched the
tying up some
Trump
loose
ain't
ends.
It was funny that the CNN John the other day I was watching, they right before the first ladies thing came on, they had one on Gore and Bush.
Okay.
And how ridiculous. I don't know motherfuckers really remember that. Like
Yeah,
really
I don't
how insane. Do you remember?
I don't.
Dog. Like, you know that shit didn't come out till like the next morning.
Yeah.
And then they like Gore had like was hitting him like, you know, congrats on the presidency. Then his folks was like, oh, cool
ain't
out,
over
nigga.
yet.
We ain't lose yet.
Ain't-
And he
oh.
hit Bush, and Bush like, he told Bush like, yeah, look, I gotta rescind that. You know what I'm saying? Bush like, fuck you mean? Like, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And that shit went on and on. I remember Paul Mooney had said, was like, they still pulling ballots out the water out there in Florida. Like, it was fucked
Yeah,
up.
it's gonna be
That shit was
crazy.
crazy. And that's what we headed towards this year. Like, mail-in ballots. Yeah, right.
I'm not mailing mine in. I plan on taking it to the place to
Yeah.
hand it to them.
Even with it's just
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's going to end up in the Supreme Court.
I was watching the news last night, and they was basically saying something to the effect of there's some sort of a digital paper trail, like with all of the balloting Jones or whatever like that, where you can track your ballot from the time you mail it out to when it's received, and they'll give you status updates on if it was counted or not. or if
Yeah,
they
I was
have
seeing
it,
that
and-
people were posting that they were getting emails that they'd like took it one day or mailed it one day, then 2 days later they got an email saying that
Right.
they got it and recorded it or whatever. But
I hope they don't
It's
move
still-
like FedEx, because FedEx be like, we don't know where your fucking package
Yeah,
is.
no,
Oh, it's delivered.
What package?
That's how that shit be.
The FedEx man in my neighborhood is straight up like all the other delivery services have the key code to get in the building. FedEx is the only one that don't have it. So basically, they'll walk up, and if somebody not walking in or out to let them in, they just leave.
just
Yeah,
leave.
just put it there.
No, they don't. They just leave.
they,
Oh,
just
they don't
leave.
even-
They won't even leave your package.
Yeah, they don't even leave the package. They leave. They
Yeah.
go home. Yeah.
So why don't they have the code?
Because they dickheads and they have different
They
drivers
just-
every day.
Oh,
And
okay,
now
okay.
with COVID, they working 7 days a week. So
And then they got like kids working with them too. Have you
Yes,
seen I seen a
apprentices.
little young boy ringing my bell. I'm looking like, who is this? And I thought he stole my package, but what happened was he was trying to deliver it, but I didn't answer the door in time. So he took it with him, and I'm like, oh, this stole. I got this stole. And then I'm like, oh, he works on the truck because I actually was able to watch him go and get on the truck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
I saw a video the other day. The lady came in an apartment building. She came off the elevator, was walking down the hallway, and she just kicked the fucking package to her door, picked it up, and walked in.
Oh, y'all didn't
I
see
mean, people are
that?
crazy
Y'all
as
didn't,
shit,
no, I had
man.
posted on Facebook. You don't be on Facebook like that. But I was going ham during the pandemic.
Yes,
And
I be on Facebook. I see.
Okay, yeah. So it got so bad the way I had to like hide my packages or like it was so bad. But the UPS guy started opening my front door and putting my packages inside my house. Now, my front door is just open because we're just there.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there one day and my door opened and I just see his head come in and he just like shoved. And I'm like, this ain't, I do have a 3-story home, but it's not an apartment. So why are you not knocking on the door? I have a Ring doorbell. So all you had to do was ring the bell. Literally opened and did it like 3 times. Then came to my house one day and knocked. So I'm like, oh, man, you decide to knock like because you need a signature today. And I'm like, well, why you ain't signing, nigga? You've been doing like signing and leaving.
Open it, the damn it smell good in here.
I was cooking and everything. I was like, you want some spaghetti? Like, nigga, you just let yourself in.
That's funny. So yeah, this Saturday, Be Woke Vote campaign, Saturday, October 17th, 10/17. Shout out to Gucci. To join the fight, text Be Woke Vote, all spelled correctly, to 44321 to donate now. Make sure you wear your mask when you come out. It's going to be a drive-through voter registration event from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. 1575 North 52nd Street. Free food, free gift giveaway, prizes, and more. And special surprise guests from a couple different record labels and stuff like that, and actors and stuff going to be there also. So if you didn't register to vote yet, this is your last chance. You can come register to vote with me and Matt.
And get some free food.
Facts.
I am masked out.
Yo, I'm over the.
I'm masked out. Granted, I'm not paying for them because I'm stealing them, but that's
where are you stealing them from?
Restaurants, supermarkets.
So what y'all doing with them?
I went the other day to go get a piece of cake from one of my favorite restaurants and shit. I came in and she's like, "Oh, you need a mask," because I was going to use the bathroom. I'm like, "Oh, damn!" I went to turn to go back to the car. She's like, "Oh, they had a bag of them at the podium," and she gave me one and shit. I was like, "Okay, cool." I walked to the bathroom. Came back, I got the cake, and she walked the fuck off. I'm just like,
you just helped yourself.
Free bag of back.
Yeah.
I hate it had to be them. I like y'all people.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like fucking back in the day when you could like go to a restaurant and it wasn't like a whole big deal. We went to fucking hibachi. I've been selling one time. Me and my whole family. This is on my dad's side. This is one of the only times I've sat down and ate dinner with like my grandfather and his wife and all my cousins and shit. My grandfather coming there, he's stealing handfuls of toothpicks and mints.
Oh.
He's like, oh yeah, let me get these up here. He's like, they don't need them. They got more in the back. Fucking poos.
People will take anything.
They will.
Anything.
Salt and pepper shakers. Remember Corona Jones back? Like the Corona Jones? I've seen people take them. I've seen,
anything.
Yeah, back in the day, I had a full set of them the little tumbler, the red tumbler from Sizzler. And them Jones all in the crib.
I seen a nigga get on the bus schedules. I seen and I never put them shits on bus because I don't care. But I made relief one day, and the girl had stuffed the schedule holders on the bus. Yeah. And boy got on, so I just man just sat down. He looked up. He seemed just like. He took the whole joint and just slid it into his pocket. And I was looking at him like, what the fuck?
What do you need with a whole stack of bus schedules for? Motherfuckers just steal anything that's just out there.
Anything that's not nailed the fuck down, just anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's terrible, niggas.
Yeah.
So where do y'all want to start? It's a bunch of hot items out there. Some in presidential nature, some in niggas is finally going to jail nature, and sports.
I don't know. Are you a sports fan?
Depends.
Have you been following the championship?
I have. Yeah.
We got to talk about this shit.
We can start there
to start this off. Congratulations to the Lakers. You know, we Lakers fans. You know what I'm saying? Me, Chad, and Ra have been like, we hate this Lakers team.
Okay.
I think that's a fair assessment.
That's a consensus.
Okay.
Yes.
I knew Chad was a Lakers fan, though.
I'm glad they won. I'm happy they did it with Kobe dying.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of like had it.
It was there. You had to go get this. For sure. I'm very, very just like, damn. So like Kuzma get a ring. Like that's really where I'm at.
Yo,
like
they left Quinn Cook at the arena.
They left that nigga. Like, dog.
He talking about turn around.
Yo.
They are live. Talking about turn around.
She's talking about, man, that nigga better drink a Red Bull and give you wings. I'm like, dog. My thing with this is like, LeBron now has 4 championships, 4 MVPs. There's only 3 other people that have ever done that. It's right. Bill Russell, Jordan, and Kareem. And
LeBron's the first player to have
3 on
3 different teams.
Okay, right. Wow.
as far as I was concerned, I've felt this way honestly for the last 3 or 4 years. LeBron's the best ever. That's just kind of how I.
So you
felt.
are a LeBron fan, okay?
And I became a LeBron fan because
Reformed LeBron hater.
Because most motherfuckers, we grow up not understanding that you can like chicken and steak.
Right, exactly.
You don't need to go and picket chicken, Purdue and Tyson if you like steak.
That's a good way to put
it. That's the way we're trained. It's like if you like Michael Jackson, you can't like Prince.
This or that.
Absolutely.
You can't like Whitney and Mariah. What is you doing? And it's like, so me being crazy part is I had to become a Kobe fan because I was such an AI fan. And Kobe and Shaq just shut the door on Iverson. Yeah. And I just Kobe Fro, the turtlenecks, I just couldn't fuck with him. Yeah. But he was just so great that it's just like, damn,
you
man.
Gotta like him.
Yeah, like this nigga's for real. And then I became a Kobe fan, and I became such a Kobe fan that it was like, I really can't fuck with Bron, man. Like I can't. And then Bron, just the greatness, it catapults past everything. So it's like, damn, nah, bro, really like it. And that's one thing we don't do enough in our culture is like we don't really like accept greatness and really just like get into it while it's going on. It's always after the fact.
It's always hindsight being 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other cultures don't do, like, you know, the Asian cult, whatever the fuck you call them, the Asian delegation, when Psy popped, nigga, they were Psy fanatics. Psy had 9 billion views on YouTube, nigga. And us, it's like, you gotta die before it's like, oh nah, bro, music was all that. Yeah, and we're just not like that.
Who Pop Smoke and who
right? Yeah, all these dudes go number one after the fact, and it's like we're not like that. And for me with LeBron at this point, 17 years of regular season basketball, another 3 seasons of playoff basketball, 2 Olympic runs, all the shit off the court. The man got a school. It's just like at this point, if you're hating on LeBron, you have a mental conniption. There's something that's seriously wrong with you. Because he's an example of what you should be as a black athlete, a black father, a black husband, a black...
Do you watch his show? Doesn't he have like that? Was it the barbershop or something like that?
Yeah. The shop.
The shop.
Like, he's just the shit. So, you know, shout out to him for his 4th championship, 4th finals MVP.
And all of his friends are rich.
He's done it to death. You know what I'm saying? He did it to death. Rich Paul done turned out to be the guy as far as...
He's a power broker.
He's a power agent. Like, it's wild when you really sit back and look at it. And I watched especially like Skip, like them twos, the Jordan, the LeBron doesn't have the killer instinct motherfuckers, they went into overdrive last night. And it's just like...
But Skip doesn't like LeBron, right?
He's made a career out of it.
Yo,
right. Yeah. Okay. See, I'm a girl and I know that.
and I watched what the fuck is Undisputed? Come on this morning, and Shannon Sharp was funny as shit because he had on like a king's robe with a crown. Shannon Sharp was wildin'. And just listening to the shit that Skip, and I saw people on Twitter doing this shit like, oh, well, I mean, shit, Skip straight said he avoided the Clippers. And I'm like,
This is the number 1 seed.
Ain't no avoiding the Clippers. The Clippers didn't get the job done to make it to the Western Conference Finals. Didn't nobody avoid jack shit. If me and you supposed to fight and you send your little brother, nigga, how I avoid you? Like, what the
you avoided the smoke.
Yeah, like it don't work like that. It's like LeBron and them did what the fuck they were supposed to do as the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. They made it straight through the fucking playoffs and they was there for the second round, the Western Conference Finals, and the fucking finals. They was there. He can't help it that Giannis folded in the fucking second round and that the Clippers were up 3-1. And no one makes a big enough deal about this. Y'all were up 3-1 and folded.
Well, they made a big deal about it in the moment.
But
it's going. You don't hear about it anymore.
Motherfuckers have made it LeBron's fault.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they shouldn't even have been in the bubble in the first place. The Skip this morning was like, LeBron knew that he was the only one mentally strong enough for the bubble, so he knew he had an easy road. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
When the man literally in the post game said, I couldn't even begin to get into the mental capacity of what everybody else is thinking about. He literally said that. They asked him.
Like I got a 16-year-old who just turned 16. You know how big the 16-year-old birthday is? I couldn't be there for that. My daughter starting kindergarten. I couldn't be there for that. I got beat Bronny ass from some shit a month and a half ago. Like, his shit is fucking weighing on me. Right. So it's like, to say some shit like that is just like, damn, yo. Like, motherfuckers really, really... I don't even think that they hate LeBron. I feel is that they the nostalgia of Jordan and what he is to them,
right.
They can't let anything get close to it because all the other arguments are gone.
Yeah,
all the scoring, clutch. Think about when those were the arguments. Oh, he's not clutch enough. Then you realize he's the most clutch player probably ever, and it's like he ain't go 6-0 in the finals.
Right.
Like all them arguments are just out the window. So the only one they hold now is Jordan has 6 rings, LeBron 3 and 6 in the finals. That's the only thing.
4 and 6 now.
4 and 6. Motherfuckers will throw these joints out there. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, yo, bro, really number 1 or number 2 in everything. Yeah. Everything. They showed the finals joints. He's number 2 in points, 2 in assists, 2 in steals, 4th in rebounds for finals history. Playoffs, he number 1 in scoring, number 2 in assists, number 1 in field goals made, number 3-point field goals made, number 1 in assists, number 2 in steals for the entire playoffs.
Right.
And it's just like,
what more do you got to do?
What more do you got to do? My man going into his 18th year, and he looked better than everybody who's playing basketball. Yeah. He was running around yesterday with more energy than Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder. All niggas is half his age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How old is LeBron now?
About to be 36.
About to be 36 in like a couple weeks.
How old is Jimmy Butler?
End of December.
That much younger than him?
Jimmy Butler probably might be 30.
Really?
If that. I think he's 28 or 29.
I would have never guessed
30.
that.
I'm
maybe
like,
30.
I'm like being like...
But like Tyler
31.
Hero... But 31?
Yeah.
31.
Wow.
Okay. But like Tyler Hero, who was the starting shooting guard for Miami, he's 19 years old.
He's fucking 20.
Yeah, he just turned 20
wow.
a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
Like he's literally playing against kids.
Yeah.
The shit is crazy.
You think he's retiring soon?
Who?
Nah.
No,
LeBron? I think he has... Kareem played 20.
Okay.
He was pulling the oxygen tank up the court with him last
When they was coming up, he was coming back down.
Look, Kareem was backpedaling. The fast break was going up. He like, oh shit! Like, yeah. Magic gave us like
Magic shit was only like a cool dime, like a quick.
But remember, Magic came back. A lot of people don't even remember this. Magic played with Kobe.
Because Magic got drafted what?
80. 79, 80.
All right.
He played to his hamstrings blew in 88. 89 against the Pistons.
Yeah, so he played a decade.
Then he chilled for a couple years.
Like a year or two.
Got the Rona. Well,
the Rona.
Got
the Rona of its day.
Got the HIV.
The HIV, yeah. VIH backwards. He got that shit. He sat out. Remember, he came back for the All-Star game, whatever. He was out again. But a lot of people don't really remember. Magic played with Kobe that first year in 96.
He did?
Dog, he was big as a duplex.
95, 96.
I'm telling you.
Shit.
I remember when Kobe was on the bench because they was like, oh, Magic's back. And, you know, and Magic was literally, I'm talking about from the inbound, posting up. Magic was posting up at 91 feet. Like, Magic played that first year with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you look at the other greats, you can't really compare anything to Bron. In this modern day, Duncan did 20. Garnett did 20. Dirk did 20. Vince
Kobe
Carter
did 20.
just did 22.
Kobe last 4 was sad.
Kobe last 4 was kind of ridiculous, but still motherfuckers did 20. When you look at LeBron in his 17th going into, like, realistically, he in his 18th, because this is the longest season in NBA history. He's rated 100 with Giannis. Like, him and Giannis are the only motherfuckers in the league rated 100. Which I
and Giannis
still don't understand. Yeah. So it's like,
how do you have a guy that can do everything and he 100, and you got a guy that
can't everything,
dribble or go to his left and he's 100 also?
So honestly, like when they was talking about that earlier, like, do you think LeBron retire anytime soon? I'm like, no.
I mean, I don't think that he wants to play basketball forever. So I just think it's I don't think it's like a Tom Brady situation where, like, Brady's just never going away. Like, he just refuses to go home. And he's still very fucking good. He just doesn't fit that offense that they have in Tampa Bay. But he can still play.
But the thing about it is, and this is no knock to Jordan, Kobe, Tim Duncan, all of them, we've seen significant drop-offs from greats. It's the way it go. The last season of Martin is unwatchable.
Oh, yes.
When Martin had a goatee, if I turn it on and Martin got a goatee, this joint stink.
And them glassy eyes.
Yeah. Glassy eye Martin was terrible. So it's like, it's just the way it goes. Not everything lasts forever.
Yeah.
But there's been no drop-off from LeBron.
I just think when I say I don't think he want to play basketball forever, meaning I think he kind of want to go out on top, so to speak. Like, I think, like, if he's 40 and he's still averaging 22, 5, and 5, I think he'll probably walk away from the game at some point if he reaches whatever. I don't know what his end goal is because he play everything real close to the chest. So I don't know if he's trying to win 6 or 7 or I don't know what the end goal is for him, or it's like, well, I want to play when my son play, or I don't know what his.
I do recall him throwing that out there, like he'd want to play with Bronny.
Right.
Which is nuts because
and he's 16 now,
Bronny's in 10th grade. So it's like, no, we got another 3-4 at least.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's wild watching
I think he has
career.
I think he has 3 or 4 more all-star level best player in the league.
I think for sure, because he's going to need at least 4 to get the scoring title. I want to say. Because right now he's at like 30, high 33, low 34s, I believe.
Kareem got 38 and
38 and some change. So Bron on average right now, I don't see him doing that like 2018 where he had like 2,000 points. Yeah. I don't see that because he got AD now. So if he just does 1,400 points for the season, you figure he's going to need at least 3.5 seasons to catch Reem. So, barring any ridiculous injury, I think he does it because I think he play. Figure his contract is for another 2 with the Lakers. I think he has 2 more,
1 year, and then a player option.
I don't see him going nowhere, especially if AD signs a crazy extension, and God forbid they haul off and pick up a Eric Gordon or a Tyler here, somebody who can really just shoot from that. So, I don't see him going nowhere no time soon. I think he's there pretty much for the rest, and I think they get another chip.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they get another one.
Magic guaranteed it this morning.
Oh yeah,
first take. Yeah, he's like, no, they're going to win next year. He's like, it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I want to see him tighten up the perimeter shooting.
They have to. Yeah. Like you figure next year, looking at the East, KD and Kyrie are going to sleepwalk to the finals. If they're healthy, if KD's 85% KD, they're going to the finals because the Heat can't beat them.
Nah.
Yeah.
The
Heat can't beat them.
And if they
play a little bit of defense
one thing I want to say real quick,
somebody like that, I don't think he beating them neither.
My stars of the bubble, Jimmy Butler and Jamal Murray. Them two nappy-headed niggas proved just how real they can get on a like. Because let's keep it a bean. We in Philadelphia. Y'all was on the tip like, fuck Jimmy Butler. He think he better than what. And it's like, no, Jimmy Butler, I'm really, really iller. Like, you got to, and it, especially when it comes to that side of things, like, you got to come from a fucked up situation to really, really, grind up out of that. I don't know if y'all really know Jimmy Butler's story. He was faxing his college application at the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trying to get into Marquette and shit like that. Jimmy Butler was fucked up. Foster parents, all that shit. And he realized, I got this fucking insane talent for basketball, so what's up? And then you get there and you see Ben Simmons, who's literally done nothing, hanging out with the Kardashians. And I know for him, it probably was like, come on, fam. You 6'11" with crazy vision and this wingspan. You could be the best player in basketball if you took this shit serious. Bro, Joel Embiid was eating burgers when we was there for the shoot-around. I said, this nigga's crazy. They're just so unfocused and unrealistic when it comes to the joints. And it's like, for y'all to give this money to Tobias Harris, give this money to Al Horford, and basically tell Jimmy, we're going to sign you and get you the fuck out of here. Yeah. It's like, all right.
It was a weird situation with Jimmy and Philly because Jimmy's so misunderstood because he's telling them, run the offense through me, but not for the point of me scoring 30 a game. And that's what Brett Brown couldn't seem to understand. But when you see it in motion in Miami and how it allows Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn to be the best versions of himself by running the shit through Jimmy.
You watch Jimmy Butler be the focal point on that team, and Goran Dragic, the number 1 scorer, and Bam Adebayo's an all-star. He straight made motherfuckers look crazy this year. And it's just you realize that, damn, the Sixers could have done that with way better players.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is way better than Goran Dragic. And Embiid is way better than Bam Adebayo. But if y'all niggas was serious and for real, Sixers could be championship contenders every fucking year.
Yeah, exactly.
Nuts.
They don't want to be.
My man the other day was like, how you feel about the Sixers signing Doc Rivers? I'm like, is he bringing Jimmy back? What the fuck?
Is he bringing Jimmy and Iguodala with him?
But yeah, I'm happy for LeBron, man. It was decent to see Danny Green didn't kill himself. You know what I'm saying? He definitely addressed the threat. I think that part of sports is nuts. No matter how mad I'm getting, I'm not threatening your children.
I got a contrarian opinion on that. I just think that is part of the game. My thing is, in the history of what sports athlete that's gotten threatened to get murdered has gotten murdered?
No, I agree.
So stop fucking crying. Like, you missed a huge shot when all you had to do was take a dribble and take a step in and take an even easier uncontested shot.
Or you could have just kicked it to KCP in the corner and been like, I ain't dealing with this
You
bullshit.
could have known, like, I'm bullshit. I've been bullshit the whole playoff.
I'm on that bullshit.
I'm going to pass this show.
Yeah.
So,
I'm on that bullshit.
So him bringing that point was kind of like, shut up, Danny. Like, so I get what he was saying. Like, they threatened me and my wife. It's like, fam, these people live in trailer homes. Nobody's coming to kill nobody. What are you talking about?
I will say this, and I know most people aren't going to agree with me. One person I'm very, very happy for, if not the most happy for, is Dwight Howard. To finally get a ring after all his nonsense is decent to see, because Dwight's career was over. It was over. Yeah. It was a wrap. After the Atlanta years and the Charlotte years, then the Washington Wizard years.
I forgot he played in Charlotte.
He was dog. Dwight Howard was on that bullshit. His back was finished. His shoulders was fucked up. He was done to the point where that nigga took an unguaranteed contract. That's like working at Pico.
What did he do recently? He's supposed to turn his camera on accidentally or something on social media, and I seen a couple people.
I don't be knowing all of this.
I seen a couple people posted. He showed something he wasn't supposed to show. So he must have accidentally went live or did something, and they like, oh shit, and they somebody seen something. But I did see it post a couple times. I didn't click on it because I have no interest in seeing anything with Dwight Howard. So I just scroll past it.
I have no clue. I don't know what the fuck. I don't be knowing what the fuck be going on ever. Somebody was explaining all this shit to me the other day. Like, Dream Gall. I mean, who are these people? You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy Dwight got a ring with all of the shit he went through.
There's a few unsung heroes of the Lakers that I'm happy for, like Dwight, JaVale, Rondo.
Really don't care about JaVale.
It's just like, my whole thing is like,
it's decent to see him win all these championships after being Shaq and a fool famous.
My thing is that these guys like that, they've had to play big or be effective in certain spots, and they were. And then in other series, they didn't play at all. Yeah. And you didn't hear no fucking complaining. Everybody stayed together. They all supported the team and did what was best for the team. So that part of it I appreciate, because we know how much of a diva Dwight was in the past. Mm-hmm. And complaining about this and that. And JaVale was an idiot. And it's like, yo, they played like a real team. Now, there's some other people that we hate that are on this team that are like, you probably shouldn't even get a ring. Yeah. They should get like you graduate from college and they give you the wallet size diploma. They should give them. They should get certificates like NBA champion 2020.
The Rondo, first player in the modern era to win a championship on the Celtics and the Lakers.
Crazy.
It's dope to see.
I had no idea he was on the Lakers.
Say it again.
I said I had no idea he was on the Lakers.
Yeah, like it's decent to see the chip back in LA, especially with the year that Kobe and Gianna died in the accident with the other people. Like, it was
perfect. And then it was like Rob Pelinka being the fucking VP. And
right.
It was all perfect.
And I just really, that shit was skipped this morning. I just was like, well, y'all.
I think Skip be like texting LeBron on the side, like, I ain't really tripping.
But no, because motherfucker,
this shit get ratings, bro.
It was funny though, because when the Lakers was up 30 last night, Mitch got on, BF got on Twitter, and his first tweet was, this shit don't even feel like the finals. I'm like, here we go. I'm like, finals been going on for a week and a half. Here we go.
Don't even feel like it.
And it's just like, dog, like, you can't help circumstances.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen mental breakdowns from, the crazy part was, Skip was like, yeah, they got gifts because it's like, They were up against Houston, and then House got kicked out of the bubble. I'm like,
what the fuck is he gonna do?
House didn't matter. What?
It lost 4-1. Like, what was House gonna do? Give him half a game?
Just saying anything, and it's one of them Jones. Like, and that's why I fuck with LeBron last night for saying it. I want my damn respect too. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's cut all the nonsense. Like, Duncan, Shaq, Kobe, Wilt, Reem, Jordan, Magic, Bird, Isaiah. Man, I'm better than all these niggas. Like, stop fucking playing me. And it's just like, it just is what it is. Yeah. Deke even said, and Deke ain't a LeBron motherfucker, but he last night, like, he really 6'9", 260, can jump higher, run faster, is stronger, smarter than everybody you've ever seen play this game. And he's done it with a longevity that you really can't even compare to anything.
Yeah.
anything. At 17 years in, he's the best motherfucker in basketball.
Did you see Frank Vogel's post-game interview?
Yeah, I did.
He was like, LeBron's the greatest. He's like being around. He's like, you think you know, you don't know.
Duh.
He's like being around him, coaching him, seeing how he thinks, the way he trained, the way he motivated his plays. Like it's nothing to talk about. He's like, he's the greatest.
LeBron did a season without carbs, man. No cookies. Give me $500 million. My cookies is getting imported, nigga. I'm the best cookies on the earth. He did a season with no carbs. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
What's his name was on a podcast the other day? DeMar DeRozan. And DeMar DeRozan said, scariest shit I ever seen in my life was the Raptors were playing the Cavaliers, and he was like, we were running a play, and OG Anunoby was in the wrong spot, and LeBron was like, yo, you supposed to be on that side. And DeMar, like, the fuck is he talking about? Like, he knew their play better than the Raptors players. Like, yo, you supposed to be over there. Because he come off the screen, the pass is for you. Go the fuck over there.
Oh, wow.
Like, what? Like, that shit is nuts. Wow. But, like, Chris Bosh said it on, Chris Bosh was on Jalen and Jacoby. And Chris Bosh was like, yo, he's a savant. Like, he's like, you could bring up anything, like a random-ass fourth quarter from a regular season game. From
remember the whole
and he'll tell you how it all went, like the whole entire joint. And you be like, wait, what? He said he did that shit one day, and Chris Bosh was like, man, he bullshit. And Chris Bosh was like, I had to go and, like, pull the tape and watch it. And he was like, everything he said, he was like, down to who inbounded the ball, where they took it out at, when the timeout was called, and they advanced the ball.
Yeah.
He's like, it's scary. And I be trying to tell motherfuckers, it's like, yo, it's not just about God-given ability, because we understand that Jordan, Kareem, Shaq, all these dudes were God-gifted when it comes to ability and athleticism. Yeah. But when you put that amount of work in and effort in, like, you got to understand something. Jordan is great, and then we're not taking nothing away from that shit. God-given just through the fucking roof. But when the game ended, Jordan was an alcoholic and a gambler. That was what he was on.
The difference between, but everybody was.
Everyone.
The difference between
that was the
Mike
eras.
And the rest of them is he still got up at 5 a.m. to put his shots up when nobody else did. And that's why he was better than all of them.
The funniest part of the whole Last Dance shit, Scottie Pippen country ass, they was in the joint. Scottie Pippen was like, man, fourth quarter, we up 12. All I'm thinking about is ice cold beer. Ice cold beer. Scotty country and shit. And it's like, yeah, dog, they was gamblers and drunks. That's what the fuck they was.
Yeah.
And it's like, dog, like you look at it now and just, I was trying to explain to my homie the other day. I'm like, only in sports does it not move forward. We've all lived life long enough. We're all older than 30. Like, you've been on the earth long enough. Everything advances. Architecture, engineering, science, math, everything inside.
The iPhone is better than a Nokia phone with the snake on it.
Everything inside of sports. Sports medicine, sports science, sports therapy.
The way we view sports is
Paul
different.
George's leg came off.
Yeah.
And he was one of the most sought after free agents in basketball after his leg. If your leg came off in 88, you got a dog and a sign. You're done. Life is over.
It's not a great fairy.
Yeah, real shit. It's like, dog, everything advances, but for some reason, people want you to believe that Johnny Unitas and Lou Alcindor can't be beat from nothing going forward. It's not realistic. It's not. So, you know.
It's not realistic and it's annoying, and it goes against everything that we.
Could you imagine
know
Johnny Unitas trying to run away from Aaron Donald
or JJ Watt?
Somebody the other day posted a video. It was from a football game in like 1922. It was like, yo, this got to be the worst football play I've ever seen. The quarterback called hike and threw the ball like the nigga two-handed threw the football into the end zone. I was like, yo, they really be wanting you to believe that a motherfucker with a leather scully was going to be able to take a hit from
Start
Reggie
talking
White.
about greatest quarterbacks. Well, Roger Staubach. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you talking about?
Last part of it, so the old nigga about job the other day was like, man, this shit fucking rigged. This shit fixed. They knew they was giving LeBron that chip when Kobe died and shit. All this shit is fucking, it's like fucking wrestling and shit. I'm like, yo, you know what's funny about that? Who's the best power forward from your era? He was like, The mailman, Karl Malone. I'm like, you know Karl Malone wrestled Dennis Rodman at Bash at the Beach? I'm like, how the fuck is this scripted for LeBron when these niggas had an on-court beef and Karl Malone hit him with the diamond cutter at Bash at the Beach? How the fuck is this scripted for LeBron? Ain't that nuts when people say stupid shit like that? Think about that. Giannis got 2 back-to-back MVPs, right? MVP and Depoy ain't make it to the finals. The game ain't rigged for him.
Ain't make it past the second round.
Steph Curry got the only unanimous MVP in league history.
Lost in the finals.
It ain't rigged for Steph Curry.
Yeah.
James Harden got 3 scoring titles. It ain't rigged for. But for some reason, you gonna tell me that the most gifted human being to play the sport, who just happens to be the most dedicated person to play the sport, somehow is rigged, and it's just nuts. It's insane. Yeah. Instead of just being like, nah, what if bro just nice?
Yeah.
And just great, and just let it be that.
Yeah.
So I'm done with it. But congrats to the Lakers.
Definitely.
Congrats to LeBron, AD, Rondo, Dwight Howard, Caruso,
KCP,
and Kuzma. KCP balled.
He balled.
I think Nick the other day was like, "Man, I love Twitter. We straight bullied KCP into being nice." I'm like, real shit. Like, dog. Shout out.
I need KCP back on a 3+1.
I ain't going that far.
Take him on a discount deal, little $9 million a year.
If KCP played like this originally, he'd have got the money he was supposed to get in Detroit.
Yeah, he was
crazy as shit.
What was he trying to get? $24 million?
85 total, I think that's what he wanted. Like 20 a year.
Yeah.
For like a 4-year joint. Yeah, it was like 80 something.
It was like, you can leave.
Yeah, it was like, yo, you catch the train, man. Shit, it's about to pull out right now.
Rich Paul finessed him $30 million over two seasons.
All right, we done with the Lakers shit. Congrats to them. I want to talk about the Tory shit since we got a woman up here.
Yes.
Because there's been new developments in this whole situation. And I've completely changed my stance.
Before we start, I want to know, as a woman, what is your overall thought process on everything that you've heard around that situation so far and just your feelings about it? Okay.
So from the beginning, I believed Meg. I always believed her, not just because I'm a female, but just because I believed her. I never liked Tory Lanez. Never, ever.
Nobody did.
Like, I never liked him. Like, my son loves him. And he's like, Mom, no, I don't like him. I don't listen to his music. So I'm just like, this little short nigga done shot her. Like, that's why I never liked this motherfucker. Like, I'm going at it with my son. Like, I told you it was something about the, but I felt like the black woman is just not protected. And I feel like when all this, when it all happened, everybody was like, oh, she lying. And, and it's like, even now, we still really don't know the full story. She went on her rant. And I felt like there was such bitch assness for him to come out with that mixtape. Like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Like, what? Like, it's like you playing in my face now,
Right.
So, I mean, and then they went and convicted. It's so many different sides of the story. So, I just always believed her. And then now saying that they, convicted him, but they haven't. I mean, they charged him. I'm sorry. They charged him, but they haven't convicted him. So, and then even still, he's like, oh, well, I charged don't mean to convict. Like, he's still just talking shit. Like,
right.
And I feel like he was trying to, he's been bullying her through the process. So what's the real fucking story? I mean, it's going to, I think it's eventually going to come out, but it's like, I believed her from
my biggest issue with the whole everything is not if Tory did it or not.
Okay.
Because as we near closer to a court situation, I think it's becoming clearer and clearer that he did it.
Okay.
What he did and how he did it is up for question.
Right.
So the annoying part for me is that he is playing jailhouse lawyer and arguing semantics. Well, it didn't happen like that.
Right.
Meaning, I shot at you,
but I didn't shoot you.
And
right.
It's like how niggas argue in the barbershop.
Right.
And it's like, that part of it is insulting to me, not only as a consumer of music and somebody that has participated in his career, but just as
how little kids be sneaking
as a person with sense.
Right. Yeah.
And then thirdly, as a black man, because it's like, damn, why are we always missing the boat on issues and how we should carry ourselves as men, and when it's okay to be cheeky and toxic and be aloof about shit as opposed to being direct and owning your shit. And ultimately, he's facing jail time. So I don't expect him to come out and say, I did this shit.
Yeah.
But you ain't got to play games about you not doing the shit neither. Just shut the fuck up.
Don't say nothing.
And deal with it in court.
Just don't say nothing.
Okay, so here's my thing. He shot her. I think that's,
I think it's very clear now.
Yeah, it's become more and more. Well, I mean, it's pretty apparent from the beginning. Like you said, it was the semantics around it. I said from jump, I don't think he was intending to like on some like I'm about to shoot it. Like,
right. I think he probably just shot at the ground or shot it.
They made it seem like he was like on some like Dolomite shit. Like that was like seriously. That was the way it came on.
Willie Dynamite.
Yeah. Right.
Like her and the friend got out of jail. All right, don't none of you drive time turkeys try to split. That's the way it came on.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, it wasn't that. What I think was they were high as shit. They was drunk as shit. And
drugs, liquor, all that shit involved.
You've seen dumber shit happen. It's just what it is. So all the semantic game plan was just weird. My issue was the internet and the trolls and all of that shit that immediately was like, oh, why the fuck Meg ain't saying nothing? And Meg in a peculiar situation because it's like, damn, I fuck with the little nigga.
Yeah,
like,
she was trying not to. Yeah, she didn't want to do that. They bullied her into speaking.
And then he was on some like goofy shit where they was like you said, playing games and playing in our face and going back and forth and this and the third. To where she like, all right, fuck it, look. The nigga shot me. It is what it and then it was like
did it.
It was like, oh, Meg a rat. And I'm just like, this isn't how that works.
And I've said this on the show before around this issue. Niggas of America, can y'all please, and I'm looking in the camera, stop mixing street shit with domestic violence. If my homie beat his girl up in front of me, that ain't gangster. That's not no street shit. That's you beating that's domestic violence. In any scenario where we all ride in a car and my gun come out and I start shooting it at a woman, shit going too far.
Yeah.
So the whole, I've been falsely accused, so I know it. It's like, yo, this is not one of them situations.
Yo, listen, any of them situations,
it's so weird.
You're not ratting when you aren't participating in illegalness. That isn't ratting.
Right.
I had a older friend from back in the day who was like, we got pulled over and. He was like, he had like murmured that as the cop was walking up, like, I might have to pop this nigga. And I'm like this one? Like, now?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, now? And I'm like, yo, cool, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, no, man, like, I'm dirty. And I'm just like, well, then you just going to jail. Ain't nothing to think about. Like, you tripping.
It's going to make me accessory to a cop murder. We're not going to take a bad situation and turn it into death row.
So the cop came up, whatever, and the cop was cool, like didn't even search it, like whatever, and just like, yeah, y'all can go ahead, whatever, slow down going through them lights, da-da-da-da-da. And we get back around the way. He's like, oh, Matt was on some nut shit. Then I'm like, no, Matt ain't a murderer to the police. You're tripping. You're bugging right now.
What Denzel say on Training Day? You know what the gas chamber smell like? Pine oil.
Yo,
that's what they gonna give you, the gas chamber. You kill a cop.
So my one other idiot homie from back then, he was like, damn, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would have told. I'm like, that night. Immediately. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, if we're doing some shit together, we and you running a fucking Ponzi scheme, it's
number
like
house or some
yeah,
shit.
like a number house. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? But if you like, come on, bro, let's go to Wawa, get some shakes. You know what I'm saying? And while we go in there, you just hold, oh shit, to go to book. Bong. And it's like, I didn't sign up for this. I wanted a fucking, a goddamn...
Wanted a black and white shake.
I wanted a strawberry Joe protein. What the fuck? So it's like, that shit with Meg wasn't ratting or snitching and none of it. That wasn't it.
The internet asked her to tell them what happened. And then she told them what happened. It's like, man, this bitch ratting.
Yeah, and then they like, well, why? What the fuck you do to him? Why would he shoot you?
Yeah.
Like, you must have been hitting him. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? What can't I?
And we mix, you know how they always say it's truth and jokes.
Right.
We joke about a lot, but a lot of the jokes that y'all joke with, you can tell what you truly feel and what your true intentions are and just how you truly view a lot of shit. And I said, I've changed my joint a lot over this last week and a half to where I'm just like, our culture is fucked up.
It's fucked.
Like, our culture is just ultimately, like, we make like, we all agree that T.I.'s best verse when he became like T.I. was his verse from Never Scared. That verse, like, set T.I. the fuck off. And in the verse, he says, I'll choke your ass like Dre did that bitch. Who's like, ooh.
This nigga's like, damn, Dre did choke a bitch.
Like, this nigga's
when it come to choking bitches, Dre
that nigga's like, song.
On a scale of 1 to Dre choking a bitch, I'll choke a bitch.
Like, that's really our culture. It's like, that shit is like acceptable. It's cool. And I'm just like, damn, like, me and you and Rod talk a lot about just how disconnected we be at times from, like, the music, from everything. And I'm just like, do I want to be part of this shit at all anymore?
Yeah.
Because it's just, you've seen it. Like, Lil Baby could haul off and beat, what's her name?
Jada.
And I'm not putting that out there, and I hate to, you know, speak, but he could haul off and beat her ass tomorrow, and it's going to be people like, man, baby, I mean, what the bitch say? What she do?
You know, what she do? She probably was cheating. She probably,
you know what I'm saying? Like, going down, she's probably touching his money.
Bitch,
Like, right.
I never liked that bitch anyway.
Right. and that's a disgusting culture to, like, have as what's raising the youth, what's affecting it, like, because that shit really is like a thing.
I think and at this point, it was like the blonde leading the blonde before. It's like, I don't even know how to categorize it because it's worse.
Yeah.
Like, it's this whole, like, drill culture and op culture and all this shit and no picks and anybody can get it and just all of this shit. And it's like, yo, nothing is out of bounds, and we see it in everyday life. How many kids been shot this year?
Yeah.
How many women been shot this year?
Bro, they shot up a vigil the other day that the cops and the news were at.
When you had a
Draco.
When you pull up to do the shooting and you see the van with the big antenna, nothing is like,
nothing is going to
Let me wait till these niggas pull on.
It's a long ass line of kids getting ice cream and you shooting up like what? Like you
fucking Hurricane Schwartz and Dave Schwartz out this like nothing clicked where you just
let me just chill.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's to the point where the other day it was a fucking Instagram beef between 911 Philly and No Gun Zone. How the fuck are our Stop the Violence pages on some nonsense?
Really?
Yes. 911 Philly like, this nigga, I see him in my views all the time. He don't never give me credit. He don't never give me credit. He just, it was over the Draco video.
Wow.
Nigga stole the video off my page, ain't give me no credit. I see him in my views all the time.
Yeah.
No Gun Zone went on live in a black room because they don't want nobody to know who they are. And was like, after all I did for you niggas, I can't believe y'all acting like
this. Was one of like the History Channel
Yeah. Or like the drug documentary.
I thrive off of negativity. You can see it
all I did for you niggas. You mean to tell me this the thanks I get? And it's like, yo, if you got a mentality of people owe you something for providing a service that they didn't ask for.
Right.
You're obviously doing this shit for the wrong reasons. And I'm just like, yo, how fucked up are we that everything revolves around credit and clout and and Instagram?
That social media shit is a drug.
It's fucking people up.
So let me tell you what happened Saturday night, right? And you tell me if I'm tripping in this situation, right? So she wants to go eat Saturday night. So you know me, I try to go places where, not where black people aren't allowed, but just, you know, I know y'all ain't gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I hate you.
Hey, listen. Because I want to eat food and enjoy. I don't want to hear, hey, I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't want you twerking about my lamb chops.
Yeah.
I don't need that. You know, somebody was like, why go to a brunch? The fuck make you think I want you to swag surf over my grits?
Right.
Go to brunch with you niggas for what? I was dying off of that shit. But no, so we go to this place, it's called Twisted Tail, right? Down South Street. It's on Front and South. Okay. So, you know, it's at the other end of South Street.
Yeah, where the niggas don't really venture at. That's where they go and spin around and come back.
Exactly. So, South Street was so screwed up the other night that they had all the streets, like, blocked off, like the cross streets, whatever. So, you couldn't really get down there.
Okay.
And so she was like, well, let's just park at 5th and walk down. Okay, we get a spot right at 5th Street, walk down. Now, the walk...
Tuesdays?
You got to walk past all that.
190?
Right. So you got to walk from Fifth to Front.
Yeah.
That walk was real like...
You go through Wilmington,
Camden,
Camden,
listen.
Trenton,
Southwest.
Southwest.
Chester.
You go through 19 hoods to get to Front and South.
Right.
The it's so burnt out on South Street. It's so bad.
It is.
We walked past Jim's Steaks. The nigga sees my sneaks and was like, damn, yo, them sneaks fire, big homie. They look too big for me. What?
Whoa, he's gonna take them joints.
I was like, what?
And if they were your,
like
if they
10
were
and a half, the
your
Hawk
size,
was coming out.
I was-
Enjoy your dinner.
I was just like, what?
Yeah,
Like, so we get down to the restaurant, we eat, we chilling, boom, boom, boom. Now, you know, South Street is where all the bike niggas hang out and weird bitches
All the
with
niggas with snakes.
fur slippers that want to ride on the bikes go down.
Iguanas and shit.
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's just burnt the fuck out. So we leave from the restaurant, make a long story short, we walking back up South Street now.
Okay.
We get to Fifth, that's where the cars park. We turn the corner. So you know the bike niggas is all parked sideways.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
on
open
the-
right.
yeah.
So the cars, it's literally car, her car is the last car parked, and then bikes.
Okay.
So we come around the corner, and I'm looking like, I see it first. I'm like, this nigga's sitting on the car. He's sitting on the hood of the car.
wow.
So she was like, is he fucking serious? We get to about, I'm going to say I'm here, Big Dan is where he is, on the car.
Right.
So I'm just like, like I do that in slow motion. He like, oh shit, this your joint, my fault, dog. Slides, like he picked his feet up and slid
Did it
down
make
the
the noise?
front of her. Like,
His feet was dangling off the.
he
wow.
slides off the car. So I'm just like I'm like that's where I'm at with it. When he slides off the car, he turns around and his drink was behind him on the car. So he turns around and picks up the drink, and that ring,
Left the ring on the car.
of frost
That just burnt you up.
And I just, no bullshit, I just was like this, and I just like, and I looked at it, he was just like, I said, my fault, dog. And I'm just like, and she was like, just get in the car. Just, because I'm like, you need the shit slapped out of you.
Right.
It's just, that's just, because nothing else is going to register.
You've been
Just
here for an
disrespectful.
hour.
Nothing is going to register with
He
you.
walked off, you walked up.
You need the shit slapped out of you. And I'm like, it was like 8 or 9 of them.
Yeah.
And it's just me. And I'm like, I can't put her
In there.
In the middle of
because
that, yeah.
and she even was like, I don't think, because they all started like backing away, and like he just like, yo, my fault, dog. Like I said, my fault, dog. Like, you know, and she was like, I don't think you realize just how imposing you are, because I'm like clearly bigger than him.
Yeah.
And she like, they're not gonna fight you. You know what I'm saying? Whoever has a weapon, a knife, it's just what it. And I'm just like, if I'm with anybody else, that's a man. If I'm with you, Dan, Jules,
it's up.
if I'm with fucking Midget John, I don't give a fuck.
Midget John.
I go left.
It's up.
But I can't put her in that situation.
Right.
And she just like begging me,
And I'm
like, get in the
glad
car.
you
But
didn't.
I literally stood there like froze for like a good 30, 40, because I'm just like, never mind the fact that you were sitting on the car. You put your drink on, and it's just like, the lack of respect for just humanity is nuts. But this is what they're shown. And it goes back to, I hate to be that guy, but Carl talks about it a lot. The music. The music is an influence for like, fuck everybody culture.
Right.
Can't nobody tell me
savage,
shit. I'm a savage. And it just be like, bro, this is unnecessary.
Yeah.
I would never in my life
this
sit on somebody's car. Ain't no fucking, I would never do that at all.
Yeah.
I don't lean on people's cars.
Right.
If I brush up against somebody's car, I check, make sure I'll do that
Right,
shit. Like
right.
I'm just one of them people because I know how I feel about my shit.
That's
the
because you were
difference
raised
between
right.
you and them
I
niggas.
actually went to
That's the
kindergarten
difference.
and had like we ate meals and shit. So
You
it's
had
just
your apple juice on top.
right. You know what I'm saying? But it was like. For me, it was, and I hate to be, because y'all ran that shit into the ground. It's the audacity for me. That was the shit where I was just like, the audacity that you have in this situation is nuts.
Yeah.
And it's a direct result of where we are in our culture. And our music is a real, that's all I kept thinking about. It's just like, you don't know any better. Like, you clearly have no home training. You clearly don't have anyone that's shown you, yo, this is how you be respectful of other people.
Could you imagine if it was a white person's car? He probably wouldn't have shown no type of remorse or nothing. He probably just got up, grabbed his drink, and kept it moving.
He might not have got up.
Crazy.
He might have just stayed there. Yeah, no, take another lap. I ain't done.
Right.
Take another lap. But that shit blew my fucking mind the other night, and I felt so bad, like, cause it's fucked up, and I hate to be this person. He's gonna end up in a situation where somebody busts his fucking head open.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you gonna run into the right motherfucker.
Was he younger or was he like an older, just the kid?
Older, not like. He didn't like he was 40, but he didn't like he was 20.
Exactly.
So somewhere millennial, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere in that. But it's just like enough that you out here with a bike, because he took the drink and put it on his bike. It was just like, that's where the drink should have been from the jump.
The begin. Why even?
And it's like you gonna run into somebody who doesn't have the things I have going on in life, that has nothing to, 2 pair of jeans and nowhere to live, nigga. Right. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And
I wouldn't have went for it. I'd have probably made the news or something, or I'd have had my nigga out there fighting, because I definitely wouldn't have let that shit ride.
It took everything in me to just be like, and he was apologetic. I give him that. He was definitely apologetic.
But sometimes you can be apologetic and still need to shit slap.
It was only because he could see it in my face, like, all right,
I took it too far.
Yeah.
I did too much.
Because if you was a give him that look like, you know, like, because sometimes you give a motherfucker that look, they like, oh, I done fucked up. Like, you know, and let me, just.
And it just, our culture as a whole, when I just look at just everything, especially when it comes to hip hop, because that arena now is so just
fucked up.
Just it's like toxic as shit. It's like the how they pull everybody out the pool, like, oh no, we gotta clean this motherfucker. Like that's where the hip hop arena is. So that's why Tory can haul off and get in a situation where he shoot her, and it's a lot of motherfuckers that's like, man, fuck what she talking about.
Literally millions.
That nigga fired. This nigga spitting, like, because once he came out with that mixtape, it was like motherfuckers was like,
it shifted the whole conversation.
Oh shit, like this joint nice. And like they just completely forgot what he did.
I gotta say this, it's like, yo, I don't know why, but for some reason with rappers and shit like that, like, men are so emotionally tied to rappers that they will just defend them in the face of overwhelming evidence. And I've never seen a situation before where otherwise smart, intelligent, logical men are just completely off base about this shit. And it's like, yo, all your compassion, all your reasoning, all your empathy is going out the window. And it's like, no, I don't think he did this shit.
Right.
And I'm just like, based on what?
Yeah.
And it's like, we've shifted the narrative. Well, they've shifted the narrative from, well, if he did it, why he ain't charged, to, well, you know, a charge, not a conviction.
Like,
and it's like, yo, it took y'all 10 seconds to come up with that.
Like,
they didn't flip that switch, and it's just like, yeah, while technically you're correct, semantically you're correct, usually in the history of the United States court system, when they take a while to charge you, they usually are putting
the pieces together. Trying to build that shit to make sure that they
to where you at least come and be like, yo, can I do 7?
Yeah.
Like to where you plea out because you don't want to deal with the 22 in 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
I do 98,000 hours community service, man. Can I,
give me the T.I. Joe. How many hours T.I. did? 1 million? Community service, give me them.
Real shit. And my thing is also is like, people get falsely charged and falsely convicted. Yes. We understand the judicial system. But in a situation like this, like OJ, they didn't just pick OJ name out of a hat.
Right.
No.
Nigga, that's your truck.
That's your truck. That's your footprint
of the shoe you're wearing.
Now.
Oh, they asked OJ, like, I think it was a Ferragamo shoe. I think it was a Ferragamo.
Bruno Mali.
There you go, Bruno Mali. He's like, yeah, the Bruno Mali footprint was the same size you wear. Do you own these shoes? I've never seen no shoes like that in my life. They pull up a picture of him doing a broadcast with the shoes on. It's like, oh, they dress us when we get there. I don't wear that shit. Like, nigga.
We don't get to keep wardrobe.
Yeah, like OJ was fine. It's like they don't just haul off and pick your name out of a hat. Kobe's case, they didn't just pick Kobe like, oh, it was a random Laker. It's like, nah, it was you with the jump.
Right.
And Kobe like, look, man, I hit, but I ain't like,
you definitely ran your dick up in the bitch.
But
what happened is a different story.
I ain't know she didn't want no anal. I figured it was cool. We was, like,
it was no holds barred.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was watching the Hulk Hogan and Zeus movie.
It's like they didn't just go pick up Robert Horry. They like, nah, nigga. That was my shit when I was young.
Yeah, I thought we was having
Zeus.
I thought we was having a party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, damn, I ain't no animals on the table.
Yeah, but like they not just picking a random, not in that situation where you're in the truck with your celebrity fucking girlfriend and you're a celebrity and she gets shot by your gun. They not just like, it was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, like, right.
My thing is, for all the niggas out there that's like, man, Tory ain't do that shit. Tell me who did it?
Who did it?
We down to three. We down to 2 other suspects. If he didn't do it, it was either the driver / security, and he was driving, or the best friend. So if he didn't do it, who did it? A bird? Is the Waka Flocka shit all over again?
I remember when the OJ shit first happened. Paul Mooney was like, that was all these conspiracy theories and all this shit going on, and he was like, somebody told me that the son did it. Because he was like, he was on the same time, like, if OJ didn't do it, who did it? Yeah. He was like, people told me the son did it. I was like, how you figure the son? He was like, he wanted to borrow the Bronco, and OJ said, go ask your mother.
What?
Get it? Like,
go ask your mother.
Oh, my God.
Yo.
Terrible.
Yo. And then he was like, they never gonna find the knife. And he's like, that's the fucked up part, because that would tell everything.
Yeah.
And it was like, he hid the knife where he hid the Heisman. They never gonna find that fucking where he hid the knife. So he was like, I'm sitting there at the shop, like, Wit niggas was like, so damn, yo, you think OJ threw the knife in the ocean? He was like, nah, that's too easy. So he was like, where do you think you hid it? He was like, look, nigga told me he put it in Erykah Badu shit. Remember, she used to wear the rat? Like, they never gonna find that fucking knife. And it's like, yo, it's the truth. It's like, they not pulling you randomly. Like, yo, somebody get murdered, somebody get shot that's close to you and around you. They not just like, oh, a random person and this, that. Like, no, especially in this situation. Like, they took a couple months, figured out all the logistics, and it's like, yo, bro, you charged with this shooting, fam. And to see his lawyer, that shit was nuts.
I didn't see that.
Listen,
I didn't see the lawyer.
I want to read this. I don't want to fuck this up.
That's the most, like, did you get this lawyer at traffic court?
Right.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
One of the niggas outside.
We was talking about this shit the other day when it broke that he was being charged, whatever. And I'm like, yo, everybody around him and in this situation is like brain dead. Even like his legal
They're just yes men, clearly.
The lawyer said, when asked about the assault charges, a representative for Lanez, Florida-based attorney Jim Lewis said in a statement to Vulture, the victim doesn't appear to be seriously injured since I saw her on Saturday Night Live last week.
What? He's going to jail. He's going to jail. He's going to jail.
You going? It's nothing to talk about.
He's going to jail.
Man.
Do not.
I seen her on the Jones. She looked straight to me. Like,
yeah, I mean, she did 4 twerks in a split. I would say that uninjured.
Yeah, that's terrible.
All bad, man. All bad.
So we're gonna see, how this situation unfolds, how it plays out. He's gonna end up being. He's gonna go to court, and they're gonna start hitting him with Exhibit A through J, and he's gonna be like, "I'ma just what's the plea?
Just plea.
Can I get a suspended sentence? Like." Because I believe the gun part of it is federal.
It would have to be, I believe.
Usually a gun charge is federal. It ain't really no getting around that. And that's what they charged them with first. Mm-hmm. And that's what nobody was talking about. The fact that it's like, yo, if we in a car and we can't figure out who gun it is, and then ultimately they charge me with the gun, but the gun went off, they determined that the gun went off at some point, it's not a stretch to say that I shot the gun if it's been determined based on all of they do crazy forensics tests on the handguns. Yeah. That's what Taxstone went through. They was like, oh yeah, it was other fingerprints on the shit, but based on the 437 hand indentations on this motherfucker, that's yours, bro. So they did the same thing with Tory. They like, oh no, is this your gun? You had this motherfucker 237 different occasions. You going? So it's just like, I don't understand people's willingness to jump out the window and defend him in the face of all this fucking evidence.
Yeah, people are stupid.
It's bizarre.
They don't watch enough Law and Order.
How bizarre.
Yeah, we'll be talking about it in a couple weeks when he finally goes to jail.
Yeah, because he's going to jail with that statement.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Let me ask you this. With y'all podcasts, right? Tell people, what is like the basis of your, like, do y'all have one of them hip podcasts where y'all do like questions and shit like that?
Well, we haven't had any guests. Our first
no, but I mean like
season,
questions from the audience and shit like that.
Well, I bring up stuff that people. Well, I have a letter that I read.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I was looking at it the other day.
Yeah, so I do the read the letter. It'd be some weird shit, and it'd be like real shit that people really. And I'd be looking at it like,
I want to do them type Jones where we have like
that shit be crazy. Yeah,
because me and you feed well off of like random.
That's kind of like the highlight of our like we can talk shit about all whatever, but then. When that letter come, it's always some shit that's like, and she never knows what the letter is until it's not like I give it, I pre-warn her. I just read the letter and then we just feed off of it. So
I was saying it to one of my other homies the other day. We live in a weird little time period where people are way too comfortable with you based off of your phone.
Okay.
Like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Facts.
People feel like they know you.
We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Like they feel like they know you and they're way too like
just comfortable.
I want to say this, and I don't know if I should be saying this or whatever, but the other day I posted on my IG story, damn, I ain't do the whole questions thing in a while.
Okay.
Ask me some questions. Oh. And, my shits they're always a lot of questions. And some of the questions I got the other day were just so bizarre that you ain't silly. But it's just like, I'm not dignifying this with a response. Like, that's how you get.
Yeah.
And the one of the questions I got the other day, this is where I just was like, because I started to go through them and I was like, I'm going to sit in the car and answer a couple of these. But one of the questions was just, and it was from somebody I don't follow that follows me, that follows 4,200 people and has 22 followers. You know them.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you and your girl are victims of a home invasion and she gets raped during the home invasion while they're pinning you down and orgasms, would you leave her? And I'm like...
Are you serious?
I'll show the shit to you. And I was looking at my phone. I almost called the cops.
What would you? I mean...
I'm sitting there and I'm just like...
Like, are you planning something?
Yeah.
And this was right after your woodchuck. I'm like, this got to be chance from a fake page or something, man. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did it happen to him?
Yo.
Trying to figure something out.
Yeah.
I'm about to leave this, man. Like, that's why I'm just like, yo, I can't with y'all, man. Like, y'all are burnout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
sick, man.
People are shot the fuck out. They say, and I was saying it to my homegirl the other day. She posts she's like, I did the question shit one day. It was shoot your shot central. And I'm like, I don't understand what that be. We're like, ask me a question. Can you take dick? And it'd be like...
Yo, you be twerking?
Like, what? But that's how motherfuckers get. And as a man, it'd be the same shit. Women just saying stupid shit.
People...
And I'd be like, yo, ask me a question like, what's my 3 favorite movies? Shit I can actually...
I'm looking for.
Right. Shit I can actually...
Niggas jump right out the window. If you had a rainbow firecracker popsicle, how far down on the popsicle could you get before gag and throat spit would come out of your throat?
This should be nuts.
Respectfully.
Where did you get this question?
Respectfully, no disrespect. No disrespect.
Right.
But yeah, and I'm just like, I want to do more of that where we take like, like how you say the letter and user-based questions and but it just be like, y'all a headache.
We used to take them Jones. We would get like 2 good ones out of 91.
Exactly. And that's where it just be like, damn, I wish I want to have like intelligent conversation.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like kind of interested in the whole voter registration shit. Like, because it's going to be decent to be around people who are like elected officials. Then we got Morgan Seifers and them come back up there. I don't necessarily... want to discuss butt plugs with you as a stranger. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just not what I'm looking to do. You know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing is that's what you're looking for, but when people post that, they're looking for that attention. They're looking for a motherfucker to shoot their shot or to say some shit and be like, oh shit, this motherfucker must be, So that's the weird part about social media, because my daughter posts that shit. I'd be like, fuck you mean? Ask you a question. You bored? You need to go mop or something.
I'm more so just be on a joint like, ask me something so I can be funny with, like play around with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's just like, like I don't.
Yeah, but again, that's with social media because it also gives a person a voice or to where they feel as though they can get closer to you.
Now, I will say, this is a question I got the other day that was actually pretty interesting because it started a pretty decent conversation. Okay. your friend's wife, and I guess for you, your friend's husband, comes at you. What do you do in that situation?
A tough situation.
You about to answer this like Jules. That's the funniest part.
Is the new me or the old me answering this?
We were having this conversation, and it's just like your homie's wife comes at you. I'm like, I don't know. I probably would just like
curve him, and then would you say something, or would you just like? I would make more so like check him, like you drawing, like I'm cool, like chill.
I don't know if I say something. I don't.
Yeah, I probably.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely not saying nothing. I'm not putting myself in the middle.
I'm not going through that. Yeah.
I've had a situation like that backfire on me, and this is a family member, like my little cousin that looks exactly like me, to the point where, like, me and her, like, right,
say that again, bitch.
Right. So a guy she was dealing with, and this is crazy because this was back on 4040. It was your birthday.
Oh, shit.
And 4040, remember
that was a bad night.
Your birthday party at 4040. Yeah. I went to your birthday party and she was dealing with a guy and he was there.
Okay.
So he tried to play as if he didn't know that she was my little cousin. And if you see a picture of her, you're going to be like, you got to be related to Tiff. Like, if you see her, you just know we are related. Mm-hmm. So she was dealing with him. He had gave her, like, put her in a little apartment, you know, whatever. And he had tried to, like, talk to me in the past. And I'm not one of those bitches that throw salt in the game, like, oh, he tried to talk to me before, you better not fuck with, you know what I mean? So clearly he has a type. So I never. So he seen me and he all drunk and, damn, what's up with you? And I'm like, boy, if you don't go ahead, like, you know who I am. He like, who? What you mean? And I'm like, you know my little cousin such and such. So he like, no, I had to give her the government. I'm like, nigga, you know. So he like, oh no, man, you tripping. I mean, she just are like nigga, you just put her in an apartment. What do you mean? It
ain't nothing serious.
I put all my bitches in apartments.
Oh, you put all your bitches in apartments, right? So. Mind you, 40.
I'm getting married next. We ain't really getting into
like,
shit though.
Right, like 40 close like what, 5 o'clock?
I got a good marriage, John, man.
What 40 close like 5 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah.
So we leave. Mind you, I don't think we drove back to Philly. I don't know, but anyway, my phone getting blown up at like 9 a.m. So I'm like, she keep, I answer. I'm like, hey girl, like, yeah. She like, oh, so that's how you feel? I'm like what? This nigga done went back and told her I came at him.
Oh,
like,
shit.
your cousin. Yeah, like, and I wasn't even on no, like, because I'm going to tell her you, because I really wasn't going, because I really, you know what I'm saying? It was no need to run back and say nothing to her, because I already knew that she was that. Yeah, and I don't speak to my cousin to this day. And it was and I'm talking my little cousin used to wear my clothes, used to stay with my, like my little sister pretty much, So that's crazy.
It's crazy that whoever brought that up, because Ryan Henry from Black Ink Chicago is going through
the same thing,
now.
With his best friend. They was like sick from cancer.
Wife.
And the best friend is like sick from cancer or something.
And Ryan been fucking his wife.
How do y'all know this?
Shade Room, nigga.
Yeah, like
the text got leaked.
I don't be on it.
Yeah,
I was
the
on the
text
Shade Room
definitely
last
got
night
leaked.
looking for content.
Yeah,
And I came across that shit. And I was like, damn, Ryan Henry, you dirty.
Yeah,
dog.
so Ryan Harris, he comes off to be like a good dude, but then it's like all the shit that
His
keep coming out. It's like,
we're at the game, we're matching jerseys.
Ain't no nigga with that much hair a good dude. That's
I
a
mean,
myth.
Yeah, I guess.
Seriously,
that nigga is crazy, yo. But yeah, the all like 7 screens of text messages got leaked about him and the wife having sex and all this old shit. I'm like, damn, right? You were really a scumbag.
You said you had a good marriage, Joan.
Oh, it was on World Star yesterday. Some I want to say in Ghana, this guy was at his wedding, getting married to his side chick, but he was married already.
Yeah.
The wife
came to the wedding.
And stopped the wedding.
He's
married already. Like,
how is that? So wait, will it have been official or? Because I don't know the rules in Ghana.
African niggas is different.
Yeah.
Who the fuck
They play by different rules.
Wow.
Yeah. The chick. No. The chick the other day said she met a guy, they were dating. Mm-hmm. She was like 3 or 4 months. Everything was going real good, real nice. Seemed like it was, had a real potential and shit. Mm-hmm. So she was like, one day she gets a follow request from the lady, a chick on Facebook. And she said she didn't know who it was. Okay. But when she clicked mutual friends, it was the only mutual friend was the guy she's dating. So she was like, Well, damn, and the page was blocked, not blocked, but like private page or whatever. So she was just like, no. So she asked the guy, like, who is this? And he was like, yo, she be doing the fucking most. He was like, yeah, block her, man. She be on some nut shit, just like doing the extra nut shit, whatever. So she was like, I blocked the girl thinking it was just, one of his bitches, old bitches, whatever. So she was like, something made her, a couple days later, go and look. The girl's page now was
open,
public.
So now she wanted to see something,
and it was his wife. I was like, nigga, this is ridiculous.
Yo, why do y'all love to call women crazy? Like, the minute you start saying that shit, I know you lying. Like, I know you're lying. The minute you, oh no, that bitch, she crazy, she stalker, it's more to it.
I fucking fell out. Like, man, fuck her, man. She be on that shit.
Niggas is crazy, yo.
Niggas is ridiculous. Women are nuts, but niggas is, we way worse.
Y'all are horrible.
Well, not me, but niggas in general are way worse. Niggas is ridiculous.
So the new me, to answer that question, the new me would rebuff her, and if she continued to come at me, eventually I would go to my friend with proof and be prepared to either lose the friendship or him lose his wife.
Right.
The old me would rebuff her one time and then get some head and film it. Just in case she try to blackmail me.
That's funny as shit.
Got the proof.
That's funny as shit.
And film it?
You gotta film it, because if
you
not,
need the evidence.
You need the evidence, because if not, it's gonna be like, yeah, your friend out of pocket. I'm like, oh, this friend.
So, but at that time, then you just as guilty as her, because you actually got the head. So you wasn't a risk of friendship over some head.
But he already know I'm a piece of shit if he was friend with me anyway.
The whole thing that my one homie was saying,
he don't know his wife a piece of shit.
My one homie was saying, you got to do that so that you can prove to your homie, look, this is the type of chick you had around. You need to do better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I personally would just be like, oh no, and go ahead about my BI and just avoid at all costs.
Like what I did, and it backfired.
Well, you was with him in the 40-40. So
I was guilty automatic. And then she was like, yeah, because you ain't even tell me you was going. I was like, it was a last minute fucking just drive. She was like, yeah, because any other time you asked me if I'm going to go. I'm like,
that's reasonable doubt, though. And that's how the judicial system works. You create enough reasonable doubt, you can skate on a charge. But if you full-fledgedly, I ain't there, I wasn't there, this and the third. Now think about if you would have told her you was going to 40-40, and then after the whole situation, you'd be like, yo, your dude was in my face. Like, you need to get at him.
It was really like a last minute.
She was in a bad position. She was damn if she do and damn if she don't, because if the cousin is willing to, if the cousin is like a little sister to her and she's willing to believe this nigga and jump out the window like that, she was going to take the nigga side regardless.
Yeah,
because he was cutting the check.
Right,
and it's like the Offset Cardi B shit. It's like, yeah, I'm getting divorced and this, whatever, bitch. Take this Rolls truck.
Yeah, what happened with them?
They back together.
What are they?
I saw some shit he posted like I won, and all my trifling homie nigga friends like him was posting.
He posted it. Oh, so he actually said I won?
Yeah.
I thought you put that on there.
He
thought you
was a post and delete.
See, because you be doing some shit. I thought that was just you being toxic, putting it on there.
The picture was like, I won. You, Feek, everybody was a piece of shit. Everybody.
See, when I was cracking the fuck up,
it was her birthday. She was in Vegas. It was no shooting like the Moneybag Yo birthday, so that was cool. But yeah, he pulled up with the Rolls truck with the custom car seat for the baby. Yeah, I'm speaking about the baby too. You know what I'm saying?
Our family.
I want my family.
I want my family back.
And she kissed
him. He probably hit and she twerked on him, but that don't mean that they back together.
They back together.
You think so?
Yeah, they back together.
Oh, okay.
It's for her. It's cheaper to keep them because she gonna end up having to come out of pocket.
Yeah, that too.
Funniest shit of the week. My homie went to Vegas the other day, and I dropped. He was like, "Yo, can you give me a ride here?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." So I pull up to the crib or whatever. I came in the crib, was coming out. His girl and like two of her friends was there or whatever. And as we was leaving out, his girl was like, because he's going to link up with like his college homies.
Okay.
And his girl was like, yeah, have fun. And yo, don't be out there acting a fucking fool. And as he was grabbing the door, he's like, I'm going to tell you right now, look, I miss my granny. And he broke the fucking door. I was dying on that shit. But look, I'm going to tell you right now, bitch, I miss my granny.
That's terrible.
Can't hold myself accountable to what's going on.
But Vegas, I've been to Vegas twice this year. It's not even much. It's not really nothing going on. It's not nothing going on.
I had a good time when I went, though, but it's really not.
It's about what you make of everything,
I mean... People just looking to get away from their normal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And motherfuckers is in Atlanta having the time of their lives.
Man, my homie just went to Miami, and keep in mind, there's nothing open in South Florida.
Yeah.
This nigga just had the time of his life.
I can believe it.
They took a PJ. He had a fucking Rolls Royce Cullinan for 4 days, a lamb truck for 3 days. He extended his trip an extra 3 days.
Wow.
Like
he was in his best life.
He was in his bag. He's like, man, he said, he said he met Tillman Fertitta's daughter that owns the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said, it was like, yeah, it's like, you like basketball? My dad owns the Houston Rockets. He was like, yeah, she's terrible. He was like, she started looking real good. With some He told me that.
Hell yeah.
Once you tell me your father's a billionaire, it's like,
it's like, dang, you
could look kind of sexy, man.
So Cardi B and
Black Love won.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for him because, I like when it happened, it was like, damn, it's not like
I mean, they simple asses kind of deserve each other.
All she gonna do is go get with another nigga that's gonna cheat on her and resent her for having a kid already.
That too, and I just feel like she need to stop running off at the mouth all the time because that's your husband. Everything don't have to be in the media. Yeah. And I think she probably did it for reaction. I don't think she really wanted to not be with him. Like, of course she want her family, because most of us come from broken homes.
Start posting shit online.
Yeah. And then I'm single, ready to mingle, all that old bullshit trying to get attention from the nigga.
Nothing,
and then she got the attention.
When the nigga back and the bitch be like, oh, y'all thought we was done? To be like, you thought
my one homie, him and his girl, like she had the most Instagram rants in the history of life, and they just kept getting back together. And I'm like, yo, either he retarded or she retarded.
Yeah,
how do y'all keep ending up like you can't diss me on Instagram 42 times?
Somebody is on somebody.
Listen, I take my L's and
like y'all
private.
get back together. Somebody is on somebody's insurance and can't afford their prescriptions without the other one. Something's going on.
Exactly.
So that's just another question I got the other day, and that whole question shit that I decided to not answer because y'all the fuck crazy. Could you do an open relationship? And I was like to myself, like, how open? You know what I'm saying? So
I've done it.
About how open?
You've done an open relationship? No, you haven't.
I mean, I was cheating.
Well, that's not an open relationship. That's cheating.
I was cheating. She was cheating, and we both knew about it. That's an open relationship.
That's an open relationship. That's just y'all just was cheating and you wasn't committed. That's exactly
y'all
what
weren't
that
even
was.
cheating if y'all weren't committed.
An open relationship is
y'all
when
was just fucking around.
Yeah, when y'all.
Well, that's the story of my life.
That's not an open relationship. By that standard,
I've been in all open relationships.
Yeah.
Wow.
Until a year ago.
So I was about to say, what happened to the new Chad?
I'm new. I'm reformed.
All right.
For a year.
Okay.
You need help.
Prior 36.
But
dark.
I started a conversation the other day about the open relationships, and I was just like, yeah, I don't understand the.
I ain't strong enough.
I get y'all. I don't get it fucked up. I be wanting to be hip. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody
down with the new shit.
Everybody like cool and shit. Like I want to be cool and hip, and if you fuck my bitch, I salute you and all that. I get it, but like,
no,
I
had a letter about an open relationship, and the lady, she was letting her husband do him. He was letting her, and then she fell in love with this side nigga and wanted to leave him. But it was like one of those situations where she didn't have the means to leave him.
Right.
And obviously the side nigga wasn't giving her nothing but good dick. And it's like, what do I do? Like, do I leave this nigga? Bitch, I don't know. You better stay, like, y'all got an open relationship. Why would you leave?
If you decide to have an open relationship with your chick and y'all got y'all life and y'all decide, okay, I'm going to have her and you going to have him, however the fuck it's going to work, and you decide you going to leave, it's like, I should technically be able to sue you. Because you done broke.
Voided the contract.
You voided what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's.
Yeah,
but that's where it gets murky at. You know what I'm saying?
Because feelings get involved and all kind of shit that you don't expect to happen.
Right, and that's where I'm just like, I don't know if I'm like LeBron in the bubble is mentally stronger than everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm Lou Will in the bubble. You know what I'm saying?
As far as women,
I'm ready to get out of here.
We get emotionally attached. Now, men,
I think men get emotionally attached.
They do, but more so women do. So it's like,
nah, I feel
like nigga go.
If you suck my dick slow and sloppy with a lot of men, I'm emotionally attached.
Shout out Idris, because I know he listened to I work when we was talking about that shit the other day, because the whole open relationship it kind of like trickled over when I mentioned shit. And he was like, man, I don't give a fuck what's going on. My bitch is my bitch. I don't give a fuck how many I got. He's like, I have 100 women in my house. If one of them go to Walmart and don't come back, it's going to be a motherfucking problem. Wow. He said, I'm looking at the rest of them like, why y'all just sit there? Go get in the car. Go find this bitch. Like, men it don't matter what's going on. Like, you ever hear a guy like, I don't know who said it, was like, I love all my bitches. Might have been you. Yeah, like that's just the way.
Yeah. My man Cool straight up said, he was like, man, he said, listen, he said the only reason why I'm okay with not being rich and I'm content is because I got all these bitches.
Oh, wow.
He's like, if I lose my bitches, what I'm gonna have left, dog? I'm just out here cutting hair.
But I think men are always more
You think so?
Probably just niggas just don't show it.
I like once I like you, it's all bets is off.
Like, you remember Martin? You so crazy. He was like, "Nigga, come in the club with pajamas," because the bitch wouldn't answer the phone. Like that. Like when men get there.
I'm talking. Like when they get there,
it take a while to get there.
Yeah, right.
It'll
So
take
that's
a
what
while
I'm saying.
to
Like,
get there.
for women, they'll be emotionally attached over little dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, my nigga wasn't doing this, so he got me flowers. I love this nigga. Like, you know, and then it's like you fall for the nigga and you have a whole husband, and for him, he might be just fucking 2-3 other women,
I
but
remember I had
he
a
don't
chick
love
I
them.
used to deal with, and she used to be like, "Yo, I love the fact that you always check to see if I ate," and I'd be like, "Well, bitch, you're a human. You need nourishment.
Right. Yeah.
You gonna die."
No, I definitely had a girl tell me that shit before. She's like, yeah, because like you bought me food, and I'm just like, the bar is
It's
like,
so low.
It's so low.
I seen a nigga on Twitter was like, "I love meeting bitches who niggas didn't do shit for them because they be thinking I'm fucking puff."
Yes. That's terrible. Yeah.
Bought a bitch some socks and some Gatorade. This bitch don't know what's going on.
Buy some name brand water. It's
Yo,
on.
real shit.
I'm in a close relationship and I'm too emotional about my girl. Every time she get upset with me, I be like, well, you could just leave me like everybody else left me. I have a fucking meltdown every fucking week.
This is where I be at when and maybe this is me being a fucked up thinker, whatever. I don't know. We humans. We all agree that no human is perfect. Right? So I've said it before. I don't look for any imperfections in a human because I'm going to find them.
Right.
Because there's no way around it. Monogamy is very hard. I get that. If you're going to go do something, ain't nothing there literally ain't no, I can't change you to the radiator, none of that shit. If you're going to go do something, you're going to go do it. I can't drop you off, though. And that's where I'm at.
I can't be part and parcel to your nonsense.
What time you want me to come back? Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? So that's where, like, the open relationship shit is like.
So, like, y'all doing anal today?
Right.
So what's on the agenda and shit? Like,
I can't.
Nigga be fucking the shit out you?
Like, right. I just can't.
No,
I can't do that.
No, thank you.
You dig me?
I'm gonna cry in the car.
I'm gonna punch the steering wheel. So it's just like, if you gonna go, you gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't take you there.
We all agree that it ain't for us.
I can't.
It's three hard no's on the mic.
I applaud people who do it, and that shit's cool. Whatever, y'all are hip.
Now, what I could do is, if I was like, because relationships have the build up, the peak, and then the if I was on the downslide of a relationship, I could do it. If I was already like looking at the front door, I could do it. I wouldn't even give a fuck. Cause I'm ready.
But that's not an open relationship. Y'all aren't like together where y'all are like, this is your lifestyle. You basically just I'm hedging my bets.
But sometimes that should make you appreciate a person more.
No. Not getting your asshole bung out. That's not gonna make me no, it don't work like that.
Sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. You know what I'm saying? You might be like, oh damn, look at her being happy with this nigga that's fucking the shit out of her. I want my bitch back. Every now and again it works. 60% of the time it works every time.
Well, that's not an open relationship. That's more so like your bitch left you when you see the other nigga making her happier, and then you want her back.
But she's still living here. So we in a relationship, we cohabitating. So we still in a relationship.
Them Jones is crazy when people live with each other but not together.
Man, that's a lot of that shit going on.
How does that work?
It is. It's weird as shit. I mean, I don't know. I've heard.
Like they have shelters. You know what I'm saying?
They have
shelters.
Like you could get out.
You get a smooth efficiency. You could call old head Nate,
Nate,
get a room.
Yeah, get Nate, get your room, set you up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like, I never will understand living with somebody but not being, because how does that work with y'all going forward with new people?
It's funny because someone I know, I'm not going to say who this person is to me because then it would be obvious. But
we're not going to do.
She met a guy like on a dating website. It's someone that she knew from, I guess, like back whenever, and she dealt with him back then. But then now when they like I don't even know if they met on a website, but they just knew each other previously.
Okay.
So once they started, like. He like, yeah, because, my baby mom, like, we ain't together, but she live here. Like, how does that work? Like, you can't bring me up in here. You can't, so clearly y'all still together.
Depending on how bold he is, he might can.
Right. But, I mean, the thing is.
Hey, bitch, move over.
Like, the girlfriend is younger, so she just, like, there. And then, of course, we're older, so it's more so, like, I feel like he's just getting over on the girlfriend and trying to get what he can get out of,
It's probably a lot of that going on.
Yeah, because like you can't tell me that you're not with her. Like y'all not together. She just lives there. Like
you're not gonna get me to understand it.
I can't understand it.
Living with somebody that you aren't with is wild. That's like, I can understand it on the flip side. Like I can understand not living with somebody you're with, but like living with somebody you're not with is like.
Yeah, I mean, especially like in Philly, because you live in LA or New York or some shit, and you's like, yo, we just gonna split this rent.
Rent $4,400.
Yeah, we're gonna just split this rent. You gonna stay over here, and I'm gonna stay over here. Like, don't bother me. I ain't gonna bother you. Like, but I mean, I couldn't do it, but I've seen it done before.
No, it's definitely been done before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so y'all roommates,
basically.
Yeah,
but he
seen
be
it done before. Well, no,
not
I'm saying not necessarily. As though like,
not
like
necessarily.
We just here because
the assumption would be that if two people that were once in a relationship or living together, they're fucking, but it's really not always the case.
Right.
It's really not. Sometimes people just be in financial bonds, or it be other shit that tie people together. Like if somebody got a health situation, or
we both on
y'all got a
so
kid.
We got a kid.
Yeah. What's the name? Did that shit? Fucking Monica and Shannon did that shit. They was divorced. He was still living in a crib.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would need some type of live streaming.
Like Big Brother.
I mean, look at Jada and Will. Like that's right. That's clear indication right there that it happens.
Yeah, but Jada was entangling.
Well, and so was he. He has a girlfriend too. So that's what I'm saying. He's just not. He's been on vacations. It's been pictures. He has another girlfriend,
and now they back together.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and that's where it's just like.
And I don't really think they're back together.
They're probably just saving face.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're cohabitating. Like they're just,
Call me old fashioned. I'm on one girl, and she's my girl. Nobody else gets it.
Like, back in the day, the stories your mom or grandma ever watched the stories. Like that shit happened all the time on the stories. Like whereas though the rich people, they, like you're not going nowhere. I'm staying. We're gonna stay. We're gonna pretend. We're gonna, we got they have this persona that they have to put out that they are still together and happy. And
the perfect family.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. I want to talk about Charm City Kings because
we have to.
It's been a lot of talk about it.
Hated it.
Premiere Friday.
Mm-hmm. Scale of 1 to 4 stars. It's going to be Siskel and Ebert or Siskel and Roper or
1
Roper
star.
and Ebert. 1 star. It's really not that good.
It's not a good movie.
I'll give it 1.5.
Wow.
It's not a good
movie.
movie.
Only because my son was into it the entire time. Not me. I was in my phone, but he was into it.
What I will say, I'll do positives and negatives.
Okay.
Positives, the shit is beautifully shot.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Like the cameras, the fucking lighting, the edits, the cuts, beautifully fucking shot.
Mm-hmm.
The star of the movie, the young boy Mouse, very good actor.
Isn't he is he gay or something they were saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, they did say that so it was like that because he was able to act and because they were saying that he's like flamboyant.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah, in real life, they were saying that he's like very flamboyant. So for him,
I know he got blonde hair.
I mean, well, that don't necessarily mean.
I was on his IG page. He had a blonde Caesar. That was throwing me off a little bit because you like 14. So I was I was a little confused. It was on the Jason Smith vibes. His name is Jahi Diallo Winston, which would mean he's probably either of Haitian or Jamaican descent. One of the other.
Whatever happened to regular names?
Yeah.
Like James.
So he He had some good acting chops. He was very good. And at the time when he shot the movie, he was probably like 13 or 14. Mm-hmm. He had very good acting chops. Now to the bad. Meek Mill, terrible.
Oh yeah, his acting
Meek
was
Mill,
horrible.
It was like Meek Mill. It should have been billed as Meek Mill as MMC Blacks in Charm City King, because he just played Meek Mill.
He did.
He didn't have a Baltimore accent.
He didn't.
Like he didn't overact, but it was just kind of like he was flat.
He was just meak.
He was just meek.
Yeah.
He was
no other way
he
to
was Robert
explain
Johnson. He was meek. And Chino, terrible. Who else? The two best friends to Mouse, terrible. They were horrible.
They gave me the Shy vibes. The three, they didn't give you Shy vibes.
Yeah,
the three?
like Papa and
Papa and Jake and
They didn't. It didn't work. It works on the Shy. It didn't work in this movie.
Yeah.
Another positive. The boy that played the cop. His name he's the only real actor in the whole fucking movie.
Exactly.
He's
That's
in a bunch
how
of
nigga
shit.
movies be though. It'd be like one
Just
real
holding it
accredited
down.
actor. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is.
It'd be like a LeBron team. We gonna bring in one real good nigga.
He been in a bunch of shit.
And a bunch of role players. Y'all better make these shots. Bring it like a motherfucker. That's really how niggas movies be. It be a bunch of motherfuckers you ain't never heard of with Angela Bassett. You just like, what the fuck, man?
William Catlett is the guy's name. He played the cop. He was Mouse's mentor. They had a Baltimore City Police BCP Buddies program, and he basically was like the kid's mentor. And then once they ended the program, he still checked on him and all that. So he's like floating around in the atmosphere. But he's a real actor with real chops. He's on Lovecraft Country too.
Okay.
So he was on Lovecraft Country on the episode that they had premiered last night. So he's
I didn't see it last night.
He's been around.
He played in Black Lightning and
he's in a bunch of stuff. So he's a good actor. Now, what I've realized is that historically, black independent movies get canned for what reason? Why do they get canned?
Black independent movies?
Yes, like these like straight to video or streaming movies.
I would say for stinking, but I guess the technical term would be like a bad story or like
the storyline and how they're actually shot,
like the cinematography.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's usually what black movies get canned for. It's usually they either missing one or the other, or just the really bad ones are missing both.
Okay.
A lot of the people that are in the black cinema world now have realized technology has moved so far forward that it's almost impossible to shoot a bad movie.
Right.
So now all the money will go to the cinematography and the editing, and it'll just have a shitty storyline. Like this movie was 2 hours and 4 minutes of like nothing. They could have told this story in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And like they could have told 4 different stories within Baltimore City for the 2 hours and made it like a mini series instead of 1 2 hour and 4 minute movie that went nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I remember when Queen and Slim came out, and I went on my IG story and I was like, this shit was awful.
It's terrible.
And somebody was like, yo, you really like hate your own. Like all you do is dig on black movies and black shows. I'm like, nah, I hate all this shit, but I know you niggas have never seen Gone with the Wind, so I can't really give you a fucking review of the movie. Like Queen and Slim was like, I remember when I went to see it, and like everybody had like kind of gassed it up, and I was like 40 minutes in, and I'm just like,
it was. I seen Dave Chappelle.
She took my man on a coast to coast tour because she had a bad day and wanted to curse the police out.
Yeah,
ruined this man's life.
They even had Dave Chappelle in there, wasn't it? Wasn't he like the uncle or some shit? Like Dave Chappelle wasn't her uncle?
Dave Chappelle?
No,
I don't remember him.
Who was her uncle? Remember they went to the.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Are you sure it was
Evil Dave Chappelle?
Evil Dave Chappelle.
I must have been high or something. How did I not know?
Yeah, Evil
I'm
Dave
about to
Chappelle.
look that up. Let me fact
Evil
check.
Dave Chappelle. Yo.
Let me see.
Fucking Bokeem Woodbine.
He's made a comeback the last 2 years that nobody asked for.
But like I said, the storyline was just bizarre. The white people helping him out, get away from the cops at the house.
Yeah.
Then the black boy with the dreads selling him out for the money.
Turn him in.
It just
because niggas be hating.
Yeah. But the movie in general, I was just like, I could do it never seeing this again.
Yeah, I didn't even...
Like, and you know, even like when you look at like The Hate You Give, like that John was like...
Yeah, I
didn't even see that.
Me neither.
When it went off, it was just like...
Right.
Yeah, like when is the next Super
I try not
Troopers?
to watch a lot of those films. Like,
Yo, the funniest shit of the weekend by far, somebody on social media called Lovecraft Country Jim Crow Scooby-Doo.
yo.
And I've been laughing at that shit ever since.
I love Lovecraft.
I love it, but I'm like, yo, this is kind of Jim Crow Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Like,
I had something I've completely forgot it now, but I said it the other day. It was a tweet, and it had nothing to do with that. But I was like, it's the funniest fucking tweet I've seen all fucking week. And of course, it's like it'll come to me eventually, hopefully before we done. But I fucking screamed when I saw that shit. So no on Charm City Kings.
it's a hard no for me.
Never again.
And I watched it 3 times. So
you was wild.
What you was trying to do? You was trying to force...
I was trying to see if I was tripping.
Okay.
Like, I was like, I'm going to watch this joint again. I was distracted the first
Yeah.
time. Let me watch this shit again. No, it was
again.
bad every time.
Yeah.
It's not a good film.
Yeah, you was the fuck tripping.
You had a lot of time this weekend.
For sure.
'Cause
I watched it on my phone. I watched it on the TV twice in the crib. Like, Joe was not good.
just not working.
Tell us about the new documentary.
Oh, shit. Something good that I watched this week, and I started watching it last night. CNN has a documentary series called American Dynasties, and the latest one that they put out is on the Kennedy family. And it basically chronicles the Kennedy family from 1938 up till now, to modern day. For those of you that don't know the Kennedys, the patriarch of the family, Joe Kennedy, he was a Irish immigrant, came to America during the potato famine of the 1800s. Around like 1880, something like that. He came to America through the port of Boston, and he basically made his fortune in shorting the stock market. And he was known as the Bear of Wall Street because he always like shorted the stock market, and that's how he made his fortune. And his claim to his famous quote was, "I've made all this money so that my children don't have to, and that they can." So you hear that, black folks?
Right.
Make a lot of money so your children don't have to. Stop making your fucking kids have to go shit the hard way.
Take care of you.
Yeah, take the hard route, and my kids need to take care of me. No. So he said, I made a lot of money so that my children don't have to, so they can give their life to public service. Okay. So basically, they had 9 children, him and his wife. The oldest was Joe Jr. They had I forget the oldest daughter's name, but the second oldest son was John Fitzgerald Kennedy, which was President of the United States, right. Jack Kennedy. His younger brother, Robert Kennedy, who ended up being Attorney General for the United States when he was president. And a bunch of other, I don't remember them.
Random Kennedys.
Yeah, that didn't really do much, but
just was there.
They were Kennedys and they were American royalty. Right. And Joe Kennedy, I didn't know this backstory. Joe Kennedy, after he made all of this money, he became U.S. ambassador to Great Britain in 1938. Okay. And right after he became ambassador, the war broke out with Hitler. So Great Britain and Germany are full-blown at war. At this point, he's advising the United States to stay out of it and blah, blah, blah. And his whole thing is like, he thought that he was like a power broker, so he thought he could negotiate a deal with Hitler not to go to war. He thought Hitler was like some rational person and not just like Hitler.
Yeah, right. Hitler exactly is no other way.
He got labeled as a Nazi sympathizer, and the president at the time, FDR, labeled him as a fascist behind his back. And he basically, in 1944, got called back to the United States, got his ass fired from his job as ambassador, and basically disgraced his family. So at this point, he had aspirations of being president. He like, well, that's just not going to happen. So he turned all his attention to his kids. Yeah. So this is where the shit really starts getting interesting, because if people out there that don't know, the Kennedy family has had all of this tragedy in their family going back to the 1940s. The oldest son, Joe Jr., he enrolled in the military, again, the public service aspect, enrolled in the military, all of that. He ended up dying in the military. Then, so he was the one that they thought they were going to raise him up and be president and all of that. Obviously, he ended up dying. That didn't happen. The oldest daughter had mental deficiencies, learning disability. Back in the 40s and 50s, it was like popular to give people lobotomies if like to try to like retrain their brains and stuff. So
like basically go in and flip the switch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In her case, they went from her, you know, being able to like learn on like be a little bit behind the other kids to at the end of her lobotomy, she had the brain capacity of a 5-year-old child.
That shit went left.
Went completely left. So they ended up putting her in an invalid home from 1941 to 2005 when she died. Basically cast her off and like forgot about her.
Wow.
So this is the oldest Kennedy. So now you got Jack Kennedy, JFK. Mm-hmm. He started his career in politics. So before he went into the Army also. Mm-hmm. He was in the Navy. He had a boat that was somewhere that it wasn't supposed to be. He ended up getting shot down during a drill or some old shit like that. And basically, because his father was who he was, he ended up not getting court-martialed, which anybody else would have gotten.
Yeah.
But he severely injured his back in the process. So basically now he's got these fucking bow legs, his broken back, all of this shit. So he comes to a point where he's starting the rehab process, and they get to this thing where it's like, there's this experimental surgery. He gets diagnosed with something called Addison's disease, which is like degeneration of the blood and the bones and all of that. And they come to a point where he talks to this doctor, and the doctor say, hey, I can fix your back, but it's a 50-50 shot. I'm either going to fix your back or you're going to die.
Yeah, wow.
He ends up getting the back surgery. Even his father tell him, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. He ends up getting the back surgery, and then this is where all the fun starts. He gets the back surgery, and it works. So he's on the 50% positive side. Right. So he gets the back surgery, and now he becomes JFK. He's fucking everybody in America. The first woman that he holed up with allegedly was a German spy. I forget the woman's name, but she was allegedly a German spy. So now that there was this whole conspiracy of, is Germany sending this woman at the Kennedy family to steal information about the U.S. Navy and the government.
So were they? Was that the case?
They just kind of glossed over it. They never really, but that was the suspicion.
Okay.
So after that, after he gets out of the Navy, he starts his political career. He was a senator from Massachusetts, which is their home state.
Right.
He made an initial run at vice president, just him and his brother Bobby, by rounding up delegates at the Democratic National Convention. Super unorganized. He didn't have his father's money behind him, none of that shit. But he took it to the wire and almost got the VP nomination.
Okay.
His father was initially mad at him, but then he was like, damn, like, you was able to do all this on your own. If I put some money behind you, I can get you probably elected. So then he ended up, I want to say 6 years later or 4 years later, he ended up making his bid for president against Richard Nixon, which was the Republican candidate. So now, organized, got his father's money behind him. His mom is going out, getting all these different donations from all these different powerful people around the country. It comes down to, everybody thought that Nixon was the better candidate. He was more polished, this and this, because JFK was so young. He ends up getting elected because they had a debate, and he wiped the floor with Nixon on the debate. And then during his inauguration speech, he had the famous line, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country and all of that. And then he fucking turned everybody. And then I kind of fell asleep after that. But that's basically like where I got. But it literally tells the story.
Long is it?
It's 6 episodes, 6 1-hour episodes.
Okay.
And it's through CNN, but it's on HBO Max also. That's where I watched it last night. And it basically, from there, it'll get into his affair with Marilyn Monroe, the fact that his wife initially had a miscarriage and then had a stillborn baby. This motherfucker was incommunicado from his wife during this whole time of when this was going on, and he basically sent word home like, "Oh, Jackie's strong, she'll get over it."
Wow, poor Jackie.
Jackie's strong, she'll get over it. I'm out here in Monaco with the hose. I can't really bother with this shit.
Right.
For y'all that don't know, CNN does like the best documentaries on like American history. Their documentaries are just way above and beyond. I told you I watched the joint on the whole Al Gore and Bush election shit, and it was just like, damn, like it really gets into like all the like hour by hour pieces of how that shit went. It's a real good joint. CNN always is real good.
American Dynasties, The Kennedy Family, is 6 1-hour episodes. You can check it out on CNN On Demand or HBO Max. That shit is fire.
Do either of y'all care about our actual presidency?
No, not really. I did. Like, it's interesting because it's just like he just is so ridiculous. Like,
Did you see now that he said he won't do the virtual debate?
No, I didn't see.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
Joe.
The presidential debate committee canceled the second debate,
right?
And he like, I ain't going virtual, and they like, well, dog, you had the
COVID.
Corona, he like, no, I beat it. Y'all tripping. I'm straight. Did you see that? What his press secretary they released that basically when he went to the hospital, for the whole, what was the center he went to? The what's the name of it?
Oh,
yeah, I forget the name.
Walter Reed Center.
When he was at the Walter Reed Center, he asked his staff to get him a Superman shirt, and he was going to wear the Superman shirt under his shirt. And when he came out, he was going, and they had to advise him to not do that. You know,
like why does he play in my face so much?
I'm like, this shit is an absolute joke, man.
Post the John with him jumping over it.
Him hurdling the nigga is nuts, dog.
And then it was something that I didn't even peep. It was a callback to the bad things happened in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Because it was the 49ers
Over the
Eagles.
He hate Carl, dog. Wow. The whole presidency is a joke. The fly landed on Pence's head during the debate the other night. Joe Biden posted a picture with a fly swatter.
Like,
I was like, yo, the whole presidency is a fucking joke, man.
It really is.
It's
we are
real,
fucked. Like, we laugh, but we are fucked.
We laugh because you got to, but it's real WWE-ish at this point. It's like all of it is like, it's silly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he came out and said he had the cure, but really what it was like, they said it was this is CNN, said it was a cocktail of lab-made antibodies made by Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. And now Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci for the CDC have said this is not the cure. Okay. He was off base by saying that, and this will not work for everybody. Oh. It's literally what they've said.
Dr. Fauci is so sick of him. Like, do you see his face? Like when he's like
he's working his ass.
He is fucking.
I'll tell you one thing I did notice in this whole situation. So they had a John the other day that was like, Trump said the doctors. It was basically him. It was like an excerpt from like an interview, and it was saying how Trump said the doctor said they had never seen a body crush coronavirus the way mine's did. They tested my DNA and it wasn't DNA, it was USA. And so that was the story. It was
like that didn't happen.
It was a joke, of course.
Right.
Dr. Fauci's like, that's not true.
Yeah, he's over it. Like,
but I posted it on my IG story and they straight took it down. Like, Trump has fact checkers now who go around, like, they pulled that shit right off my IG story and sent me a John, like, you can't post
community guidelines.
Inaccurate. No, not that. It's a separate John from that community.
Oh, so the fact checker is different from...
It's a John that says you can't post inaccuracies or inactual facts about the president or anything.
So even if you put allegedly, that's like you put... What do you put? I do not own rights to this. Like,
or sources said.
Yeah, right.
According to sources.
Yeah, according to sources. Nah, they pulled that shit right down and sent me to John. Like... Pussy will come to your house.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? We know you got a little bit of a following out there. That shit is crazy.
Nah, we good.
But yeah, it's my thing is like it's turned into like a spectacle. It's like a big. It's like a circus. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, I personally feel like with this whole mail in your vote and send us the vote, text 96969.
Yeah.
All this goofy ass shit. It's like
it was wearing me out with the text.
There's no way it's gonna be an act like that night. They're gonna know the 270 electoral votes.
I've gotten in the last week. I've gotten no less than 15 texts and 7 phone calls.
You know what's crazy is I was saying the other day I haven't gotten one. I got my first one yesterday.
I just changed my number the other day, and I haven't had like my last number was hot. They was on me.
I haven't.
But then I got this new number.
I got my first text message. Was it last night?
What? They even hit me up 4 or 5 times a day. Like, and I'd be like, stop.
Bad.
I just reply, stop.
They called me one day and was
yesterday,
like, can we count on you to vote for,
hello, Matt. I'm Lori. You know, we're registering Democrats to vote, and I hope you do that in 2 minutes. And that's the first one I got.
Like, yeah, they called me the other day. Was like, this is so and so from the DNC. We just want to know, can we count on you to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on November 3rd? I'm like, reluctantly. Yeah. Yes, unfortunately, I will be voting for them because I can't deal with Trump no more. But like, I'm not happy about this shit.
I'm at the supermarket and I had already went online to get my ballot, but I'm at like the fresh grocer, and it's like 90-year-old people outside getting people to like register to vote. So this was couple months ago, but like when I went in and they was like, hey, you went, and I was like, no, like real mean. And like, like I'm already ready to, so I went on. Then when I came back out, I was like, damn, I felt kind of bad. Like, and then I'm like, well, shit, I got ice cream, so I can't really, like I can't really entertain them. But then I did stop and I'm just like, all right, so they're like so old and shaky and just make sure then they want me to type on this computer and all I'm thinking is coronavirus like in the back of my head. Like, like I don't see no hand sanitizer, no gloves, no nothing. I'm just like, so I'm there with my nails like, typing everything in. So, and I still have not got and I felt so bad because I was being so mean. I'm like, they're just serving their community. Like they were so old and I'm just like, everybody want him to fuck out of there. Like from 8 to 80, like he got to go.
I told you, I think he wins. You know what I'm saying? That's the
You think he's going to win?
I was definitely feeling that way.
I
don't feel like...
He chalked the stimulus, so that ain't helping.
He straight told niggas he running the country like a mob boss.
He's
like, just like, yo, we could talk about the stimulus after I get reelected.
Y'all keep a nigga in there.
So if he don't get elected, then we probably won't get no stimulus until like late January or.
Well, I mean, basically the Democrats from the House have a $2.2 trillion additional stimulus plan done. It's waiting on his ratification. He's just like, no.
Right,
no.
His whole thing, he feels like that more money is going to Democratic states than red states. And that was his whole reason. And then like, oh no, I ain't doing it like that.
Fuck that, we out here scrambling.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, that's where the shit needs to go though.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? So it's a mess.
Shit bad.
It's gonna be a mess.
It is.
You got anything else?
No, just make sure y'all come out this Saturday. If you're not registered to vote, this is the last chance. The Be Woke Vote campaign is going to be at 1575 North 52nd Street at the plaza where the Wells Fargo, where the vault was famously lifted out of the bank. We're going to be in that area. It's going to be a drive-through voter registration. It's going to be quick. You know what I'm saying? You come through, pull up.
What are we exactly going to be doing?
We ain't going to be doing shit. But we're going to be out there. But, we're going to try to interview. Whoever's there, we try to get quick little interviews, probably shoot like a 30-minute episode and then get.
So it's going to be microphones and shit there?
Man, you just get the camera and just talking to the shit. I get a little tape recorder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not bringing the whole podcast setup. That's
what I was like.
That's dead.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly.
Yeah.
It's going to be chilly. It's supposed to rain this weekend?
I don't think it's going to rain this weekend, but it's going to be chilly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely supposed to rain all week up until like
and that skinny man,
Thursday.
It's going to be chilly.
Hey, listen. I bought a fucking coat the other day. Nice joint. I'm like waiting to put that shit on. It's going to be fucking, the high Saturday is 59.
Oh, yeah, that ain't high at all.
Yeah. I can't even wear shorts. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I guess we'll be there Saturday.
We'll be there Saturday. It's 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. We'll be there. They supposed to have some special guests and all of that stuff. If so, we'll have some video content from it, interviewing some people, and for the YouTube channel and all of that stuff. Tiff, give everybody your social media info, your podcast info, so they know where to follow you and subscribe.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure. I am Tiffany, a.k.a. I am Miss September. That is my personal Instagram. Don't follow me there. Follow me on the Philly Joan podcast. Yeah, so.
Yeah, people.
Look forward to season 2 coming out soon.
Bam.
I had to tell a nigga yesterday, don't at me no more on Twitter. Felt bad.
That was my favorite thing to tell niggas. Yo, don't at me no more, fam. I'm going to come find you.
I last night was like, what did I tweet? I was like, one thing for sure, nobody has gotten more bums championships than LeBron James. And he at me, was like, what nigga? How you gonna say that when the nigga got 4 championships when Jeff Hornacek was guarding him? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But reread what I wrote and then don't at me back. And he hit me back, was like, oh shit. I was like, you know.
I don't miss Twitter.
Yeah. You definitely haven't been tweeting much.
Nah.
Nah.
I have 2 followers, you and Ra.
No, you got a bunch of followers on it now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, people
He
tripping.
said, oh, it is?
I haven't been back on that joint. I don't even have the app on my phone.
Because I saw it the other day, because last week, as a matter of fact, because people were atting it. So I clicked, it's a couple 100 followers and shit at least.
Are you shitting me?
Because I was like, damn, you haven't tweeted yet. I was like, it has 0 tweets.
Oh, shit.
What, did you get kicked off?
I got kicked off.
Again.
Was that recently?
Yes. That was like about a month and a half ago. I got kicked off for using a slur against the LGBTQAI community. It was an accident. But I was basically telling a story, and I basically said that the slang word for a transgender person lied on Chingy and fucked his life up, which is 100% facts. But there's no room for context on Twitter.
Okay.
So they booted me off that job.
Oh, wow.
I put in a request to get the page back. They ignored me.
Oh, wow.
I've gotten no correspondence from Jack Dorsey and the crew.
Yeah, I got nothing else. We'll be back next Monday, I guess.
Yep. Episode 1, 2, 3 next week.